network of Louisiana, see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
Ever wonder why cane sauce doesn't come in a pre-sealed package?
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Knicks have a chance to put a stranglehold on the NBA Finals and move one victory away from their first championship since 1973 when they host the Spurs in Game 4 of the Finals tonight. New York's up 2-1 in what's been a good competitive series, but one concern for the team is Karl Anthony Towns, 0 points in the fourth quarter in the first 3 games. ESPN NBA analyst Iman Shumpert.
I don't want to see him banging and going against his zone because you're playing into their hands. I want to see him playing space. I want him to see what they're doing so he knows to play that dunker, duck in. He knows when he does get a post up, don't go to banging because the second side is waiting on you. Turn your back to the baseline, walk it back, take his hands off you, wait for the cleanse, now attack.
Game 4, 7:30 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern ABC. Baseball, Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. on the 10-day IL, strained left hamstring. NFL speaking to reporters today, Colts receiver Alec Pierce said he still faces many weeks of recovery from the left ankle surgery he had in March. The timeline could keep him sidelined well into training camp and past the preseason.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Thursday, the World Cup is here, and we'll get you ready for it when former U.S. men's national head coach Greg Berhalter joins us in studio at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Topley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
LSU got a big one in the portal.
Hump day.
We'll talk about him.
It's hump day.
NC State whining like a bunch of little babies.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
To quote the great Fred Smoot,
Hump day.
you out here doing all the crying, what the baby's gonna do?
It's hump day.
I want to find that one.
Mike.
was a
What
good
day
one.
is it, Mike?
That was a good one. You remember that one?
Hump day.
Remember that one?
I don't remember it,
Oh,
no.
man.
It's hump day.
That was probably Fred Smoot.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
When he was guest picker.
Hump day.
2018?
It's hump day.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Were you here then, Muse?
Hump day.
I was here, but I was on off the bench.
It's hump day.
See if you can find that.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Fred Smoot.
Hump day.
Got to be in there.
It's hump day.
Somewhere in there.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Okay?
Hump day.
Yeah, no, I'll look. I'm guessing Haldane's folder.
Conversation. Word.
It's hump day.
Noah Fleshman in 15 minutes.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
He talks about NC State.
Hump day.
Mike Giorlando next hour.
It's hump day.
He's the athletic director at LSU New Orleans.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Got to try that one on.
Hump day.
So does that mean they're LSUNO?
They're going by LSU New Orleans.
Okay.
But I guess
It's hump day.
LSUNO, but going by LSU New Orleans.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
If you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Hump day.
I mean, you wouldn't be LSU UNO. So I mean,
Hey, UL Lafayette.
It's hump day.
They can't go by LSU.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You got to clarify the New Orleans.
Hump day.
What's your name?
It's hump day.
Call a thing by its name.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All right, Kat Taylor, Mike Brown.
no, I have it. Where'd it go?
I, for one, am shocked.
They got an iconic player, you know.
I isolated it right before I came in here.
Say the damn confuse!
I did. That's what I'm saying.
You're isolating it.
And I saved it. It says Mike Brown saw a ghost.
Mike Brown. Blah, blah, blah.
They got an iconic player, you know.
Poor Mike Brown.
We made it. No, not poor Mike Brown. We made it through the whole entire Humpty Bump. That's so good. All right, let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Okay, we might be a smidge late to Noah Fleshman because I have to make sure I take my time here on this one. 36 hours ago, Bino Watters was going to Texas. I sat here in this chair a day ago, and I was super bummed. Bino Watters was going to Texas. Everyone that covers the sport knew it. Some people said it. I said it. And LSU had just missed out on Brody Trosclair, who got a bigger offer to go to Tennessee. And I was bummed, man. I was really bummed yesterday at the start of the show, and we talked about it. Well, enter Jay Johnson, who passed the hat, did what Jay Johnson does, and got Bino Watters into this LSU portal class. Y'all, massive. If you look at On3, Baseball America, they rank Bino Watters as the number one player in the portal. Not the number one outfielder, not the number one guy from the ACC, the number one player in the portal. Huge. He is 6'2", 215. He hit 362 this past year with 10 bombs, 447 on-base percentage, and he never strikes out. And this isn't a guy who did it at a lower level that you're hoping translate to the next level. He's been a 300 hitter each of his 2 seasons at Notre Dame, which in baseball plays in the ACC, which I know they struggled in the postseason, but the ACC is a pretty salty baseball league. He's a dude. Also, you're losing 3 outfielders. Stanfield's out of eligibility. Curiel and Brown are very likely going to be taken high in the MLB draft and are going to sign, and they should. You know William Patrick is coming back, but this guy is a plug-and-play corner outfielder who hits from the left side with power. So when you look ahead to next year, you look at the top of this lineup, Aaron Beatty and Cerna from the right side, Braun, Watters from the left side. Those 4 are very likely going to mix in somehow, some way in the top 4 in your lineup. Unless if someone else emerges and maybe that this is your 2 through 5. But either way, William Patrick is back. Jack Ruckert, he can now bump down in the lineup. You're adding Dawson Park as well at shortstop, who was the top infielder that LSU targeted in the portal. It is really, really, really significant, man, to see this. And I think what this illustrates is a huge contrast from a year ago. Listen, you can say whatever you want about, well, they were playing in Omaha, and so it put them behind the 8 ball and blah, 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 blah. Like, I just don't buy that. So much of this comes down to evaluation and spending money on the right players. And last year, you didn't. Listen, there are players that LSU has wanted out of the portal and not gotten. LSU wanted Gavin Keelan. He went to Tennessee. LSU wanted Braden Montgomery when he was coming out of Stanford. He went to Texas A&M. LSU wanted Ace Reese. He went to Mississippi State. LSU wanted Maui Ahuna. He went to Tennessee. LSU wanted Zach Root. He went to Arkansas. This year, LSU wanted Volchko. He went to Georgia. It's not like LSU has never gone after top-tier talent in the portal. What they have done, in my opinion, is spread their resources thin over a lot of different guys instead of concentrating on the top guys. This is an instance where it is very clear Jay Johnson is consolidating his resources on top guys. Bino Watters is the number one player in the portal. Dawson Park is the number one infielder that LSU wanted. They identified him as the guy they wanted. On3 has Dawson Park as the number 15 prospect in the portal, but he was the guy they wanted on the infield. Last year, they signed 4. Caraway, Dardar, Simpson, York. Like, they went and signed 4 infielders last year. This year, they got 1. Now, they may not be done, but they are very clearly identifying top-tier guys that are plug-and-play, that are low-risk guys, that are already proven at this level. That is a shift from what they had been doing, and I like it. I mean, when you just look at skins on the wall, this is the most significant portal addition since Tommy White. I'm not saying he's Tommy White, not saying he's going to get 27 bombs at NC State. What I'm saying is, just based on what he has already done at the highest level in baseball, this is the most significant position player transfer they have added since Tommy White. I don't even think that's debatable. So, hat tip to Jay Johnson for getting this done. I'm telling you, like, look at the interwebs. People who cover this sport knew Bino Watters was a heavy Texas lean. That's where this was trending. And so how does Jay Johnson get it done? Well, Brody Trosclair, I was told the number. I'm not comfortable sharing it right now, but I was told the number for Brody Trosclair that he got at Tennessee, and it was double the amount LSU offered here. And you know what? If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm okay with LSU not giving Brody Trosclair that number because that is a left-handed pitcher who will be coming off an injury, who's not going to pitch until March, who only started 4 games and threw 38 innings. Now, I think he's got a huge ceiling, but the number Tennessee gave him is ridiculous, quite honestly. I'm glad LSU didn't do ridiculous for a freshman that might be a rotation guy, might be a bullpen guy. Very good. Again, someone you want. I'm not saying you don't. Yes, you want Brody Trosclair. But, like, I may want a new pair of jeans or a new pair of sneakers or a new shirt. It's got to make sense. Like, you're not going to go spend a ridiculous amount on somebody. It's just the value has to be there, and it wasn't. Bino Watters, day one, plug and play, corner outfielder, hitting somewhere in the top 4 of your lineup, double-digit homer guy. He's going to hit 350 and get on base at a 450 clip. Doesn't strike out? Yes. Yup. Jay Johnson passed the hat. Probably took some of the money that they had earmarked for Trosclair, so let's go get the best guy in the portal. But now that you get him, now you don't have to face him because he's not going to be in the SEC at Texas next year. Massive. Now you've got 3 studs via the portal. I don't think they're done. The biggest question remains, man, can you get Steven Milam back? I'm not completely ruling it out. And can you imagine what this lineup would look like if you're looking at Dawson Park at third, Milam at short, Ruckert at second, Braun at first, Patrick in center, Watters in left. Maybe another transfer from down the road at Tulane they're looking at. And right, potentially. Aaron Beatty and Cerna platooning at DH catcher. I like that a lot. I mean, you're cooking with grease, man. I like that a lot. Massive get. Massive get for Jay Johnson. Dramatically different vibes today. I was bumming yesterday. Y'all were here at the start of the show yesterday? I was bumming yesterday, man. After you got outbid for Trosclair and it looked like Watters was headed for Texas. Dramatically different day today, man. Hat tip to Jay Johnson. Went and got the biggest fish in the portal pond in Bino Watters. All right, it's After Further Review. Show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Whether you're at the box, the PMAC, Tiger Park, Tiger Stadium, or you're watching at your house, make sure you drink easy with a great taste of Bud Light. Got to hang out with some of my friends, Chris Davis, some of my great friends, Mary Lewis, over at Mockler actually yesterday after the show. Enjoyed a few cold pops and had some camaraderie and friendship. Talked a little bit about business and life and all that sort of stuff. They're great people. So I tell you all the time about Mockler. The Mocklers have been great supporters of our communities and our teams for 4 decades. Drink easy with a great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. All right, quick break. We're heading to Raleigh next. Noah Fleshman covers the NC State Wolfpack. What in the world are they doing now? They cannot quit. I wish I knew how to quit you. They cannot quit Will Wade. We'll talk about it next. AFR.
AFR.
Hey, remember River City's 1 hour air. They're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com. Not too late to get that preseason AC tune-up. Don't you dare go into the summer, which is here, by the way. Don't you dare go another day into the summer without getting your AC tune-up. Remember, you wouldn't go drive across the country without getting your oil change, your tire rotated, making sure your vehicle's in tip-top shape for that long journey. Do not go through the summer in Louisiana without making sure your AC is ready for the onslaught that is coming over the next 90 days. Call River City's 1 hour air. Mention the Moscona special. They'll knock $30 off the price. It's River City's 1 hour air. Get your AC tuned, clean, ready to roll for the warm weather months. 752-0001, 752-0001.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been in banking for over 35 years. I usually start about 7:30 in the morning and I usually leave somewhere around 5, or if customers need me to meet them at their house or their business places, I don't mind going after hours. I have done churches, subdivisions, retail centers, hospitals, and nursing homes. And that's why we chose to live in this community, because of the values First American Bank has, that I can serve my community and my customers.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
We'll go around the SEC in about a dozen minutes from right now. Taylor Calandro at the end of this hour. Little Bourbon Dictionary. Get your booze questions in. Email us, tweet us, or text us. The Will Wade NC State saga is a new chapter. As apparently NC State is investigating Wade's departure from Raleigh to Baton Rouge. Noah Fleshman covers NC State for the Wolfpacker, part of the On3 Network. Good enough to hang out with us here for a couple minutes. Hey, Noah, I thought we probably weren't ever going to have to bother you again, but here we are, man. How are you?
Doing well. This is the gift that keeps on giving.
Will Wade is certainly that, and LSU is never boring, as we're fond of saying. Okay, can you kind of give us the Cliff's Notes of what's going on right now?
Yeah, we can go back to, obviously when Will left, after 1 year, obviously upset NC State. NC State's AD had a press conference, the next day, kind of laying it all out there from his side of things, and wasn't happy. I think, we talked after that, press conference, and he kind of laid it out there, just, saying Will left, and basically told him he wasn't leaving up until, 2 days before, and, yeah. Well, now, NC State, when they agreed, when he left, they had negotiated a buyout with LSU. It was supposed to be $5 million, and LSU could have waited 2 more weeks to April 1st, it would have gone down to $3 million. So instead of holding NC State hostage, they kind of all agreed to make it a $4 million number and get out of it. Well, it turns out that NC State hasn't really signed the agreement yet with LSU, and they're investigating whether or not LSU kind of, was deceptive is the way that they're kind of trying to phrase it in getting Will to come to LSU, and whether or not, the discussions happened well before he, told NC State about it and things like that. So NC State is unhappy, looking into probably, the end of this. I think they're just looking to get more money, from LSU from what happened here.
No, what would constitute, as best your knowledge, I'm a senior attorney, I'm just curious what they're alleging here. What would deceptive mean if Will Wade was deceptive in the way that he exited?
Yeah, in his contract at NC State, it flat out says, it's pretty boilerplate in most contracts in college athletics, that if another school approaches you about a job, you've got to let your current employer know. It's pretty, simple. Most colleges have that. I think NC State's point of view is trying to say that he found out ahead of time. Not sure if that is true or not, but that's kind of what they're looking into. Is they saw all the wheels move really quickly, right? Once LSU got involved, it all happened in a 40-hour span, even though the rumor had been there for months. And so the question that I think NC State is looking into is how real was that rumor, for the 2 months beforehand? Because you and I both know that was a thing going around for a while, and it didn't just come out of nowhere. So I think that's kind of where NC State's looking at. And it's not going to change the fact that Will Wade left NC State. He's at LSU. It's not going to change the fact that NC State has already hired a coach. But I think it's just going to come down to how much money can they get out of LSU at this point.
No, do you know if there's for lack of a better word, a paper trail?
I think that's what they're looking into, right? You can't investigate something that there's no documentation for it. So, if they can prove that LSU had reached out to Will, say, earlier than what he had told them, then that would, breach the contract, and, they could go into it. LSU is trying to get NC State to sign a release of liability to make the, buyout go through. And NC State flat out told them they're not agreeing to it. And they're looking into whether or not there was more going on behind the scenes. As they said, it's detrimental to the program. When you lose a coach, no matter how many years he's there, it hurts, especially after 1 year. So, they're not trying to get him back. It's more of just, trying to see what they can get the most from LSU, I think.
Man, if Will Wade has on a voicemail or has text messages like, come on, dog, we ain't learned nothing in 7 years. What do we do? If there's that, that better not be a paper trail somewhere out there, man. Go ahead.
If NC State is willing to basically lay it out there to the general counsel of LSU and say, hey, we're looking into this, they obviously think something is there, right? You wouldn't say that if you didn't think that something else was there.
Man, Noah Fleshman's with us, a couple more minutes. The Wolfpacker, it's part of On3. He's at Fleshman_Noah if you want to give him a follow. So what you kind of mentioned money there, but what is NC State trying to accomplish here?
Yeah, I think they might be trying to get their full buyout. And then plus, if they can prove that it happened earlier and all of that happened, they could, in theory, sue for damages in the state of North Carolina for more money because of losing your coach and that, and the other. This is a thing that's going to come down to just dollars and cents. $4 million is what the two sides agreed on. It looks like NC State's trying to get more. As they said, the timing of the whole thing is really what would bother them the most. So we'll see. But, $4 million was a lot of money.
Have things calmed down at all up there?
They have. They stirred it up. People had moved on from Will Wade. They do like watching the LSU roster build go through. There's plenty of things going on there, kind of just with how he's going about, recruiting internationally and things like that. But otherwise, fan base is happy. And the thing is that they're most disappointed is that the ACC-SEC Challenge did not include NC State and LSU.
Hey, man, LSU football has to go to Oxford, Mississippi in September. I wouldn't have been stunned if LSU basketball would have had to go to Raleigh. That would have just kind of been par for the course right now. And if you're looking for great theater and great television, that absolutely would have delivered. Is there anything else, Noah, that could come of this? Is maybe a way to say it, like aside from just financial damages? Is this just sort of I hate to say it this way, but is maybe NC State just looking to kind of embarrass Will a little bit?
Could be. I think they were obviously disrespected in the way that it all went down, and it's not going to result in anyone losing their job or him coming back here or anything like they understand that. I think it's more of a trying to prove. If they can prove it, then it's a bad look for LSU, right? If they can't prove it, then it's probably a bad look for NC State that they blew this up and then nothing came of it. So, it's a risky move to take, I think, because you could just end up embarrassing yourself. But at the same time, I think that, they must feel like there's something here if they're willing to, put it in writing and send an email to the general counsel of LSU and say, hey, just letting you know that we're looking into this.
Was that, by the way, were those, was that correspondence between the attorneys? Was that leaked or was that a FOIA request from the television station? Do you know?
I don't know. I've sensed FOIA that haven't gotten it back yet.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it came out from the NC State side, to be honest. They obviously are wanting to get more money and wanting to do this investigation, so they kind of want it out there, I guess. But, this is something that you can FOIA because it is a written document from one general counsel to another of the universities.
He's Noah Fleshman from the Wolfpacker, part of On3's NC State beat writer at Fleshman_Noah. I enjoy our conversations, Noah, but I really hope I don't have to talk to you again.
Maybe it'll be, baseball related next spring. Both teams wish they were still playing right now. So
no doubt about that. We appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, be well. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. I listened to a podcast Dr. Blake did on alligator shoes with Michael Hackett. If you're not familiar, I'd highly recommend you check it out. Great sit-down conversations with community leaders and things of that nature in and around Baton Rouge. And Dr. Blake did an episode where, I learned a lot about a guy that I've known for a long time. After undergrad, he went to Johns Hopkins, spending time in Baltimore, spent time at Columbia in New York City, spent time in London, which I knew, but continuing his education, all with the idea of getting the best possible education and coming home and bringing all of that here because loves Baton Rouge, loves our community, and wants to be rooted here to bring those amazing things here. So you can get world-class ophthalmology care, eye care, without leaving Baton Rouge. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people from the region that come to Baton Rouge to see Dr. Blake because he's the best. He goes around the world lecturing at conferences and different things like that. So when you go to the Williamson Eye Center, you do so with the confidence knowing you're getting world-class care right here at home. WilliamsonEye.com. Call 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com, WilliamsonEye.com. All right, glad to have you hanging out with us here. Thanks to Noah Fleshman. I'll give you some more thoughts on the Will Wade thing a bit later in the show. But the bottom line, I'll be most interested to know if look, bottom line is this. LSU would have paid the full $5 million buyout. We were all over that story at the time. LSU would have paid the $5 million buyout to get Will Wade out of there. They effectively saved $1 million. If this goes away by paying an extra $1 million in attorney fees, write a check and be done with it. If NC State, but it kind of feels like NC State is the one. If they leaked that story, it's different. What I was asking the question there from Noah, a FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. So you can send a records request that a public institution must comply and provide those record requests. So if that news organization sent a FOIA request to get those documents, well, they had to suspect something or someone had to tell them to do it. But if they just leaked it, if NC State just leaked it to this news outlet, well, they leaked it with the intention of that getting out, with the intention of embarrassing Will Wade and LSU. And that becomes a petty public relations play, which is not surprising considering how ugly that departure was. But it goes back to the thing we talked about, like to have not seen that. You just heard Noah say it. I mean, we all heard the rumors. I mean, from the moment Lee Mallett was installed as the chairman of the LSU Board of Supervisors, like this, the likelihood of this happening became almost a certainty. And so the thing that I said repeatedly was the only thing that was surprising was how caught off guard the NC State folks were by how much of a reality that really was, because it almost happened a year prior. Anyway, we'll react a little more to it as we get more information. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. It's a hump day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Brian Kelly has a new gig. We'll talk about that. We'll go around the SEC next. Stay here.
AFR.
Major congratulations to my friends over at Duplessis Pools. I love telling you about all the great honors that Derek and his crew have earned over at Duplessis Pools, and another one has come in today. I got a text earlier this morning. The results are in, and Duplessis Pools for 2026 has been honored as one of the best of 26 award winners from Business Rate. This is an accolade that is entirely derived and powered by Google reviews. So basically every comment, every bit of this comes from you, your comments, your reviews, your experience with Duplessis Pools. So congrats to Derek and the team over at Duplessis, winner of Best of 2026 Business Rate award winner from a swimming pool contractor based there out of Gonzales. DuplessisPools.com. It's DuplessisPools.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
People think it's all about game day, but the real work happens in the off season. And we need a healthcare team that works as hard as we do.
At FML Health, our lay of the lake, we take care of LSU football year-round.
We trust the lake.
My name is Mike Krumholt, and I've been with First American Bank for 4 years. What makes First American Bank special is we're able to offer all the products and services that any other big bank can offer. What sets us apart is being able to give that small town feel that someone can pick up the phone and they can talk to someone or stop by the branch and get excellent customer service.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
Eagle 98.1, the rock station. Home of the Woody Show in the morning. Scotty Mack with Rock at Work. Michelle Southern with Southern Rock. Home of LSU Sports.
Thinking of building a steel building, a metal building, you want the best. You want ProForm Steel. And right now, it is so easy. The website is up, proformla.com, proformla.com. When you go to the homepage, proformla.com. You can request your quote right there on the homepage. It's simple. Go to proformla.com, hit the request a quote tab, fill out a little information, boom, what you're building, and they'll help you get it right at ProForm Steel. Listen, you know Brandon Golson. He's been in the market, in this market, for decades. He's the best. This is the new entity, ProForm Steel. ProFormLA.com, ProFormLA.com. Remember, faster lead times. Residential, they can get to you in 6 to 8 weeks. And every single building they sell, free delivery. You buy something from them, they'll deliver it for free. ProFormLA.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Well, Brian Kelly is back in coaching. BK has accepted a unpaid consultant job with the Memphis Tigers under first-year head coach Charles Huff. Now, Huff has been around a long time, man. He played at Hampton in the early 2000s. Huff's 43 years old. Started his career in 2006 as the offensive line coach at Tennessee State, and he's bounced around a bunch from Maryland to his alma mater, Hampton. Was in offensive quality control at Vanderbilt in 2011. Popped into the NFL for a season with the Buffalo Bills, then Western Michigan, Penn State. In the SEC at Mississippi State in 2018, then over to Alabama for a couple of seasons. Then he became the head coach at Marshall, followed up by one season at Southern Miss in 2025, and now is the Memphis head coach, where he replaces Ryan Silverfield, of course, left for Arkansas. So Charles Huff, the head coach there at Memphis, hires Brian Kelly as an unpaid consultant for the school, for the program this season. It obviously makes sense for BK. He's receiving a $54 million buyout. Doesn't need to be paid, but keeps him closer to the action. I think as we talk about Brian Kelly and his future, one of the things that I've continued to reiterate that I was told even at the time that Brian Kelly was fired and throughout the fall is, and I don't think this is any great secret, that Brian Kelly is someone who he's one of the coaches who didn't love the direction the sport was taking. I think, the quote when he was asked about working with Austin Thomas as general manager last year, it wasn't a knock on Austin. Talked about how good of a relationship they had, but talked about that's why he never accepted an NFL job, because he didn't want to work with a GM. He wanted to be the guy that built the roster and developed players, and it's just a very different reality in college football. And even last year during the fall, there were whispers about Kelly's representation maybe putting feelers out for potential media jobs. So when Brian Kelly has been working at CBS, it certainly didn't come as a surprise to me. And there's no word here if he plans to continue working with CBS or he'll do this consulting job with Memphis full time, but it is unpaid. And as we all know, there is mitigation in his LSU buyout, whereby if Brian Kelly receives a salary, either as a coach or a media member, his buyout is offset by that salary. So from an LSU perspective, you desperately want Brian Kelly to go work and get a high-profile job, but it's pretty clear that Kelly here now in his early 60s, approaching his middle 60s, and not hired in this cycle to a head coaching job. I don't know what opportunities will be there in next year's cycle, and you really ask the question from Brian Kelly's perspective. If the one thing he is seeking is a national championship, well, one of the elite level programs with the resources to win a championship are going to have an opening and then identify Brian Kelly as their top target for that job. And I just don't know that I see that as realistic. I certainly think there are places in college football that would hire Brian Kelly to be their head coach. And you see that that's not uncommon to see Larry Coker go to UTSA or Terry Bowden go to Akron. I mean, those things happen. Rich Rodriguez at Jacksonville State. I mean, now I know Rich Rod's back at West Virginia now, but you understand my point. Like, it's not uncommon for high-profile coaches to get lower-level jobs because it's going to bring a certain level of cachet and notoriety and experience to the program that you'll elevate the program and then hand it off to whoever is next. But I don't know if Brian Kelly wants to do that or if he would rather just do media, to be sort of football adjacent, but not in the day-to-day grind of trying to build a program in this era, and especially if it's at a place where you're not going to have the opportunity necessarily to win a national championship, which is the only box he has not checked on his resume. So, but Brian Kelly will be an unpaid consultant at Memphis this year under first-year coach Charles Huff. All right, brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. We're going to go around the SEC in just a quick second, but remember, energy-efficient replacement windows that come with a lifetime transferable warranty. At Relief Windows, they're one of the few companies in America, quite literally, that will not take a down payment from you. They will not take a deposit. Brandon's told me in the past, there's people that try to give him a down payment. He won't take it. They take all of the financial risk up front. They will order your windows. They will pay for it. They will have the inventory. They will install it. Only when they're done and you're thrilled will they accept payment. It's Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Check them out online at ReliefWindows.com or go see them in their showroom on Airline Highway in Prairieville. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
South Carolina right-handed pitcher Zach Russell is transferring from the Gamecocks to Mississippi State. 25 appearances this past year, as a sophomore for the Gamecocks. A 2.53 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 6'2", 180. He's one of the top bullpen arms for the Gamecocks. He's headed to Starkville.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
Speaking of Carolina, they get a pitcher out of the portal from Coastal Carolina. Of course, Kevin Schnall leaving Coastal to become the head coach at South Carolina, and he's bringing with him right-handed pitcher Luke Jones. Spent the last 2 years at Coastal, now headed to South Carolina. He had a 4.44 ERA this past season. He threw 79 innings, allowing 73 hits.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hogs landed Charlotte third baseman Dawson Bryce. Played 30 games this past season. He was limited due to injury, but he slashed .306, .355, and .463. 37 hits. He had 3 homers among them. He was the AAC preseason player of the year, but injuries obviously limited him. Now he's moving on to Arkansas.
The Auburn Tigers.
4-star edge Ryan Jackson has committed to Auburn, the 8th best player in the state of Maryland. Chose Auburn over Virginia Tech, Penn State, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee. 6'4", 220, the 28th best edge in the country, the 17th commit for Auburn.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
And Dominic Black, 4-star offensive tackle, he's picked the Wildcats. 6'5", 280, also had offers from Virginia Tech, Michigan State, Tennessee, among others. He's a top 200 overall player in the country, the 12th ranked offensive tackle in America. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Hump Day Shows brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Hormone replacement therapy. Yes, they do ED treatments as well. Peptides. You want to feel your best? Lowest prices, never any contracts. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. All right, we're knocking out our final break here of hour number 1. We'll come back. Taylor will be here for a little Bourbon Dictionary. So get your booze questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. Lots of ways that you can get your questions in. You want to text 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get your questions in. Do that. And we will, there's been a lot more reaction today to the Brendan Sorsby situation, including Texas Tech Athletic Director Kirby Hocutt for the first time putting out his public statement in reaction to Monday's ruling. And I'm going to absolutely eviscerate Kirby Hocutt in about 17 minutes. So don't you move. It's AFR.
After further review.
Let's rev, y'all. REV, Rev Fiber. Look, Rev Fiber is the banner for all residential fiber internet services, okay? This reinforces Rev's fiber-first expansion across Louisiana. Rev is Louisiana's largest locally owned broadband provider, and they are introducing now Rev Fiber, the new flagship brand. RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com. More than 70,000 homes will be getting Rev Fiber access over the next 3 years. In the past 12 months, They've already been built to more than 4,500 homes, and expansion is coming. So be it your home or for your business, you want a great local company that provides better customer service, a better product at a better rate. You want Rev. RevFiber.com. RevFiber.com.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Box combo for George. I see you, Luis. Food's on the way.
Please don't. Hey, you know you can use your hands, right?
Got those box combos for you. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Simone ate the best gumbo of her life, rolled some dice, and enjoyed a relaxing massage. She did not, however, find time to lay by the pool. Well, Simone, there's always next time. Lake Charles, there's a lot to pack in.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. They're the gang with the slang.
Keep it 100. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Bourbon Dictionary with Matt Moscona and Taylor Calandro.
I don't understand.
Wrapping up hour number one. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Talk a little booze with Taylor. How are you, dude?
I'm well. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing freaking fantastic. What's new?
We got to, well, we're supposed to get both of them, but we only got one of them. So Parrish Brewing did a collab with St. Arnold out of Houston.
Yeah.
And they both did a beer for each other, sort of. St. Arnold basically got the recipe for Ghost in the Machine and tried to duplicate it. And then from what Jacob from Parrish told me, their IPA that they made is supposed to be like St. Arnold's Art Car, so like a West Coast style IPA. We got the St. Arnold version today. We didn't get the Parrish version. Shout out to Mockler Beverage. But we're supposed to be getting the Parrish version. I haven't tried either one of them. The St. Arnold version is an East Coast IPA, so hazy. And like I said, it's supposed to be like Ghost of the Machine. I haven't got to try it, so I have no idea how it is. If it's anything like Ghost of the Machine, it's got to be good. And then so Parrish's is the West Coast. It's a clear IPA, quote unquote.
Here it is.
A double IPA.
Saints and Sinners.
Saints and Sinners. Cool
There it
artwork.
is. Wait, so just to be clear, let me just make sure I have this right. So here's the beer. Paul, can you see it, Paul? Okay. So Saints and Sinners is a beer that Parish Brewing in Louisiana did. They got the recipe from St. Arnold and tried to recreate St. Arnold's beer under this label?
Yeah, I don't know if they got the recipe, but the inspiration is supposed to be St. Arnold Art Car, which is like one of their everyday IPAs. And then the beer that St. Arnold did is supposed to be like Ghost in the Machine, an East Coast. It's only an IPA, I think, but it's very close to a double. But like I said, we only got the St. Arnold one today. They're two different cans. Like if you pull it up, there's two different cans. One of them's white and purple, which is the St. Arnold one, and then the other one is a super cool artwork with a ghost and like a papal hat or whatever you call that situation.
Like the Pope, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
That's a good guess.
What's the Pope hat called?
It's St. Arnold's hat.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Like the Pope hat is called something. You know what I mean? It's like they call it like a priest will wear like a dress. What's called like a cassock or something like that. Their formal gear. I don't know. Anyway,
my dad's not a deacon, man, so I don't know.
Yeah, mine is, but that doesn't mean that I'm free. He'll know the answer. I don't know the answer. I don't go to my dad's house and I'm like, Dad, what's the Pope hat called? You know, I'm sure I learned that somewhere along the way and, a dozen years of Catholic education, but I don't remember what the Pope hat was called. I know what the Council of Nicaea was and all that stuff, but anyway, whatever. Okay, so the Saints and Sinners is available now locally?
Yeah.
Cool. Go pick it up.
Like I said, we got the St. Arnold one. We should be getting the Parish one in the next couple days, I would imagine.
Awesome.
Because we've already sent up. But yes, locally distribution, both of them. It's two different beers. It's two different cans. So just be on the lookout for both of them. I'm excited. I haven't got to try either one of them yet, so I'm excited about that.
I know beer was really your first love. So
Yeah. I mean, and actually, I was at Parish Brewery like a week and a half ago. Those are my people over there. Yeah. But I was going to a wedding in New Iberia, and I stopped there. I hadn't been there in a while. So
still ready for the Parish Brewery and Parish Roofing collab on a beer. If they did it with St. Arnold, why not do it with a roofing company? I'm here for it. We're all here for it.
I mean, Parish Brewing and then St. Arnold Brewing, it kind of went together.
What do you mean?
They share common situations as far as industry.
What, you mean just because they're both beer companies?
Yeah.
Well, we share a name.
Oh, I know. No, and I've tried to facilitate that even live on the air.
I know. We got to make that happen.
I've done my part, man. I don't know what to do.
All right, let's get to some questions. Craig said, "Hey Taylor, can you recommend a THC infused beer?"
A THC infused beer? I mean, I'm assuming just THC infused drink. I really like the Indigo guys. They're local there in Baton Rouge. They have really good stuff. The Howdy stuff from Austin, I really like too. They have good lemonades and stuff like that. It really just depends on what you like and how much sugar. Some of them have a lot of sugar in it, which I don't like, but some people do. It just largely depends. There's so many different ones. The market is absolutely inundated with THC stuff right now. So,
by the way, shout out to John. Who the Miter is the name of the hat. MITRE, the Miter. That's correct. So thank you.
I had no idea. I have so much useless knowledge in my head. I had never heard of that in my life.
Okay. Alex asked Taylor, "What's your favorite underrated bourbon that's available in stores?"
I'm gonna go with something off the wall, something that I'd never talk about. I had a pour of this over the weekend, and it's really good, and it's fairly inexpensive. Michter's American Whiskey.
Okay.
It's like $45. It's got Weller 12 characteristics to me, like tons of it. I had a pour at a wedding. It was a week and a half ago, but that was one of the things on the bar, and I was like, I hadn't had this in forever, and I was like, good. I drank a lot of it after I had it.
Is it wheated?
Yeah, it's wheated.
So Weller American Whiskey, huh?
No, Michter's.
Oh, sorry, Michter's. Sorry.
Michter's American Whiskey. It's just like a shelfy, turd that just sits there. It is a really good bottle of bourbon.
All right, Victor's American. Stay off it, man. Just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's good. Just 'cause something's good doesn't mean it's expensive. $45. I'll give it a go. Let's see. Joshua said, ask Taylor, I scored a bottle of Old Forester birthday bourbon. Oh, I'm jealous. Should I dance around in my birthday suit?
Sure, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, from year to year they vary, but I've never had a bad one. I've had some underwhelming ones, though.
I'm texting him to ask if he wants to trade. Actually, my text line isn't working right now for me to reply to people. I don't know why. So my apologies if you're not getting a reply from me. It's not my fault.
They're so hard to get.
Yeah, birthday bourbon is, I think, in my entire whiskey hunting career, I've gotten one. And it was I got lucky and had someone who knew I was hunting and so made a trade for me or with me.
We get 2 or 3 a year as an account. So
yeah, it's crazy. So
bottles,
anyway,
not cases.
If Joshua, if you want to trade, hit me up. All right, we got about 30 seconds left. Anything else?
There's a couple new little things that I've completely eliminated from my brain. Oh, a new Crittenden's that I haven't tried, which is a little distillery out of Mississippi.
All right, I gotta go.
Yeah,
we'll
see you,
talk to you
man.
later. All right, bye. See you.
Bye.
All right, hour number 2 is coming. I did 30 seconds, man. Hurry up.
After further review.
And you get a lot of that stuff as well. Colangelo, appreciate it. All right, brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com was chatting with Brad over today at South Point Volkswagen. Told you I'm getting a new vehicle, and it's this easy. Like, he literally texted me the link for the pre-authorization form. I mean, you can go in, and I love it if you would. They're great people at South Point Volkswagen. The dealership's so much fun. I've told you they turn an old Volkswagen bus, the Beetle van, into a photo booth that's right there in the lobby. It's a giant part of the whole Volkswagen culture is their fun. Look at their commercials all throughout the years, from like the Darth Vader kid and everything. But it's just so easy as well. You can do the whole thing online. You do it via text, southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction?
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here. We eat out here. We watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news. The Chiefs adding 2 years to quarterback Patrick Mahomes' contract in a reworked deal that ties him to Kansas City through 2033 at a value of $504 million, making it the first NFL contract valued at over $500 million. The Big Apple in the spotlight again tonight with the Knicks hosting the Spurs in Game 4 of the NBA Finals from Madison Square Garden, 7:30 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. Much discussion about the shove by San Antonio's Victor Wembanyama of New York's Jalen Brunson in Game 3. Retaliation by the Knicks, not likely, but they will match the Spurs' physical play, says ESPN NBA analyst Danny Green.
I expect they're going to be the initiators tonight. They're going to up their physicality, see how the refs are calling it. But like we talked about with Kat, one of the main reasons why he's not getting the ball or getting touched in the fourth quarter because of foul trouble. He has to not play into that game and get entangled up, be physical but be smart, not get silly fouls. But yes, I think San Antonio is going to continue to do that pressure.
New York's up 2-1. Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. on the 10-day IL with a strained hamstring.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Thursday, the World Cup is here, and we'll get you ready for it when former U.S. men's national head coach Greg Berhalter joins us in studio at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt!
Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. And Mr. Toby Tomplin. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. LSU New Orleans Athletic Director Mike Girolando here in 30 minutes from right now. His former LSU basketball assistant taking over that job. Look forward to that convo. Katherine Terrell next hour as the Saints were back at OTAs. Final days of OTAs here before mandatory minicamp next week. Another day has brought another advancement in the Brendan Sorsby saga with Texas Tech Athletic Director Kirby Hocutt finally breaking his silence on the outrage, the backlash. One of the things, though, that I think is important to remember, when Ross Dellinger was here on Monday, he brought up, as we talked, the NCAA has already ruled. And now ruling Sorsby ineligible. Now, this judge has granted an injunction as Gabe Feldman, sports law professor at Tulane, told us on Monday, the NCAA could not force Texas Tech to forfeit games that Sorsby plays in because that would, in effect, counterbalance the ruling. The whole point of the ruling is that he plays without penalty. Ross Dellinger pointed out, however, that the Big 12 could potentially act.
Big 12 could more so rule Texas Tech as a program would be ineligible in a variety of ways. Like, for instance, Matt, I guess a good example. The league presidents could, if they bylaws have sort of a line in there, and I think the Big 12 does, where a league's board of presidents and chancellors can penalize members for, quote, conduct detrimental to the conference. And that could mean anything. It could mean, hey, Texas Tech, you can't play in the conference championship game. Or, hey, Texas Tech, you have to forfeit a couple of Big 12 conference games or something. They could do a lot of variety of things.
So the Big 12 met as a conference a day ago. The Big 12 commissioner Brett Yormark released a statement, very nondescript after that meeting. Pete Thamel was on Get Up Wednesday morning and was asked about a timeline for a decision from the Big 12.
This was the first of 3 steps yesterday, Greeny. The ADs said their piece, made it very clear where they stood. Those views often align with the president's, but the next step is Thursday. The executive board of the Big 12, 5 presidents and chancellors, are going to get together with Brett Yormark, and they're going to go over what they can legally and potentially do to Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby. Following it, early next week, then the full Big 12 presidents will get together on a call and likely chew through different potential decisions and potentially make a decision. It's very clear there is some type of action wanted by the 15 other schools in the Big 12. They don't believe Brendan Sorsby should be eligible despite what the state court ruled, and so this drama will play out for the next week.
No kidding. I'll repeat something I've said to this point, which is as long as this story stays in the news cycle and stays top of mind, there is more of a chance of mounting pressure, forcing Texas Tech or the Big 12 into action. If this all settles down, the news cycle spins, continues, and we forget about this, and Sorsby is just going to go on his merry way, do his treatment, air quotes treatment, and then go about whatever. I thought it was interesting because earlier today, Dan Wetzel was also on Get Up, and he is interesting because Dan Wetzel on Get Up preceded Kirby Hocutt's comments in his statement. That's the Texas Tech AD. And Dan Wetzel kind of called it. Give a listen.
Number one, the NCAA right now is the only sports governing organization on earth that has been prohibited from banning an athlete for sports wagering, let alone gambling on his own team's games. 8 billion people on earth agree that this should be the standard, the third rail, and one judge down in Texas is saying, well, let's take a look at it. The outrage is significant, but nobody can get to the Texas judge. Nobody has any recourse over him. So all of the heat is going to Texas Tech, and people are arguing Texas Tech should do the right thing and prohibit playing Brendan Sorsby on their own. Doing the right thing is long gone in college athletics, though.
So he's saying he does not think Texas Tech is going to act. And as of now, he right. So Kirby Hocutt, the AD at Texas Tech, releases a statement. And I don't want to sit here and just read the entire thing because it is lengthy. But some of the, call them lowlights. Kirby Hocutt in part says, I watched the reaction to Monday's court ruling with great respect for my colleagues across college athletics. Many of them are people I admire, but I also owe it to Texas Tech and, frankly, to the truth to offer a few facts that seem to be getting lost in the noise. Brendan Sorsby's not played a single down of football as a Red Raider. He will miss the first 2 games of the season under the court's ruling. What happens after that will depend in no small part on how his recovery continues to progress. We're taking it one day at a time as he is. We'll evaluate his recovery, compliance, readiness to go. We're watching closely, blah, 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 blah. Goes on to say, Texas Tech is not a party to Brendan's lawsuit. We did not file it. We did not fund it. A young man in treatment for a clinically diagnosed addiction exercised his legal right to seek a remedy in court, and a judge agreed with him. Our role has been to support his recovery. Our role has been to support his recovery, not engineer his eligibility. He goes on. I've heard the word integrity used a great deal in the last 48 hours. As someone who's dedicated his career to college sports, I too believe integrity is central to our industry. This is where he goes on to talk about how much the integrity in the sport matters and how you treat a 22-year-old who had an issue. And He says he has 2 sons, and what would he do if it were his sons? And he goes on. Let me be direct about what Texas Tech's position actually is. We're glad Brendan is still part of our community because that is where we can extend him the best possible support in his ongoing recovery. Clinical care, device monitoring, financial oversight, outpatient therapy, that infrastructure exists because we take our responsibility to this young man seriously. We spent Monday after the judge's ruling getting those systems stood up for him, not thinking about X's and O's. Pulling him out of a structured environment away from his team and support system does not protect anyone. It might be a cleaner headline, but it wouldn't be the right one. And it wouldn't be true to the institutional values that guide us every day. To my colleagues, I understand the frustration, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So if I'm going to boil down what Kirby Hocutt said, hey, man, we didn't file the lawsuit. He did. And y'all talking about integrity. It's our job to have integrity to help a young guy with an addiction, and he's better off being part of a team and having structure where we can watch him and give him some oversight to get him through this addiction. Cool. I got an idea. I got an idea.
Yes, Matt, what's your idea?
Thank you. How about you keep offering him all of that support while he's enrolled in school, and you let him go get treatment at the facility and all that sort of stuff, and device monitoring and oversight and all that stuff, and don't let him play. I mean, isn't that a possibility, Kirby? You can still get him all the things you're talking about without letting him play. Because what still remains true, and no matter how flowery and full of bull your letter is, he bet on sports. He broke the single rule, black and white, ineligible. That's not changing. There's a reason why everybody, all of the people, are incensed, pissed, infuriated, frustrated, annoyed, name it. Everybody. Like, the Hatfields and the McCoys are getting along in unison with this because everyone agrees this is so stupid. It is a fundamental absurdity that Brendan Sorsby is eligible to play. And the fact that Kirby Hocutt is pissing on your head and telling you it's raining is as equally comical as it is insulting. Like, I expect this type of stuff from politicians. It is so annoying now to see it from university leadership. Do you honestly think if Brendan Sorsby was the 3rd left tackle, he would still be at Texas Tech? Jesus H. Cristobal. What are we talking about here, man? I'm speaking in tongues. Oh, by the way, Dakota Allen was a linebacker who got kicked off the team at Texas Tech while Cliff Kingsbury was there for failure to uphold student-athlete expectations. Did you have a duty to him? Robert Castenda was dismissed as well. Failure to meet team expectations. Trace Ellison, an offensive lineman. Violation of student-athlete expectations. Bronson Boyd was a wide receiver. Kicked off the team days after enrolling in spring practice. University declined a reason. Nigel Bethel, a cornerback, dismissed following a role in a physical altercation with the student recreation center. You want me to keep going? Did you have a duty to all of those kids as well? Would those kids have been better in a structured environment where they could deal with their issues and be around their teammates and comrades? No! Actions have consequences. Dude bet on sports. He bet on his team. He cannot play. Everyone agrees. Everyone. And I'll go back to the thing I've said all along, Kirby. It doesn't matter who filed the lawsuit. Ultimately, you, Texas Tech, are you voluntarily are a dues-paying member of the NCAA. You choose to be a member of the NCAA. And in so doing, you agree to abide by NCAA rules. Everyone's saying it's the Wild Wild West and there are no rules and blah, blah, blah. No, there are rules. there are rules, but every time the NCAA hands down a rule and you don't like the ruling, you go to court to get an injunction. I'll say it again. Presidents, chancellors, ADs, the adults in the room, you are the ones who have the power to put an end to all of this stuff. You can do it by saying, no, we're going to abide by NCAA rule. Brendan, you bet on sports, you're ineligible. We are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to remain enrolled at Texas Tech. We will help you with the resources to get you all the treatment for your fake disease that you claim you have because you're trying to get $5 million. Oh, did I say that out loud? By the way, I'm not saying gambling addiction isn't a real thing. I'm saying his gambling addiction isn't a real thing. He's sports betting like every other body sports bets on a mobile app. $5 here, $25 there, whatever, overseas. Who among us hasn't bet at 9 o'clock p.m. on an international basketball game over? Guilty. Do I have an addiction? No. Whatever. It's a clinically diagnosed. Yeah. I bet I could find a doctor to give me a clinically diagnosed illness as well if there's $5 million on the line. Stupid jackleg. You think we're idiots? Everyone knows what this is about. I wonder if a guy like Kirby Hocutt actually believes his own bull. I have to edit myself. Does he, like, inject him with truth serum, like hook him up to a lie detector? Does he actually believe what he is saying? It is insulting to you and to me to listen to him spout that drivel and have him think we actually believe what he's saying. It's infuriating. I expect that from politicians, which is why I'm allergic to politics, because they're all so full of their own bull. I did it again. But now you're seeing it in academia as well, and university leadership and athletic administration leadership, because they all have way too much to lose. If their teams don't win, they all have too much to lose. So they're willing to compromise everything. And that's the part that's annoying. Brendan Sorsby, Trinidad Chambliss, Joey Aguilar, go on down the list. RJ Lewis at LSU, because his is coming, and I'm going to say the same thing here when LSU goes to court, when RJ Lewis goes to court to try to get eligible at LSU. I'm going to say the same thing. Y'all ain't going to like it when I say that. Y'all are cheering me right now. You ain't going to like it when I say that. For everyone who bitches about this era, and there's no rules, and it's lawless, and blah, blah, blah. There are rules. The adults in the room aren't making people abide by them. That's the problem. You can fix this. You don't need Congress to fix it. You need the adults in the room to adult. And instead, you have dorks like Kirby Hocutt writing this long, flowery letter trying to convince us that they're doing the right thing and supporting Brendan Sorsby. Yeah, you can do the right thing. You can support Brendan Sorsby if you actually believe the nonsense you're spewing. I mean, I don't think you actually believe it, and I don't believe it. But if you actually believe that's the case, great. Get him all the help he needs. Use all the resources you have at Texas Tech. And don't let him play. Because he broke the cardinal rule that everyone knows you can't break. Yep, here we are. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Kirby Hocutt. I think there's like 4 times Muse that I did it there. Pretty proud of myself that I didn't let one slip.
You did a really good job of it. I mean, I think when people go back, they're going to think that we just like went in and edited it ourselves.
Didn't do it. No edits.
You scared me the first couple of times.
That was close.
Yeah.
It was close. Yeah. I wasn't close. Knew what I was doing. We're brought to you by Rouse's, official supermarket of the Saints. I wonder if they can bottle up Kirby Hocutt's book and sell it at Rouse's. Boy, I'd like to get a full-on bottle of that. Could you imagine what that would go for, guzzling that? I mean, what would a 12-pack of that cost, Muse? Let's ask Taylor. People like those THC-infused drinks. I actually don't think you can get those at Rouse's. I don't know, actually. I need to check. What if you had a Kirby Hocutt bolt-infused drink? What would that cost for a 12-pack? $18.99?
$14.50.
Oh, man. I think you're underselling the value of Kirby Hocutt's bolt. If he gets a $5 million quarterback out on the field this year, whoo! Go to Rouse's. They're awesome. Way more awesome than Kirby Hocutt, who is decidedly not awesome. I'd like to punch him in the face. It's AFR.
AFR.
GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. Complete employer solutions. There are Glow Resources and glowresources.com. Hey, remember, if you're a business owner or a manager, ops manager, if you're the person in your business responsible for hiring, responsible for finding the right people in your business, and you're struggling, and listen, there's nothing, literally nothing, I mean, quite literally nothing that harms or limits productivity more than having the wrong people, the lack of the right people in the right jobs. Well, Glow Resources helps you find those permanent solutions. They're Louisiana's #1 workforce and staffing leader. And right now, and I tell you all the time, it's not just Baton Rouge or New Orleans. It's everywhere, all over the state, all over the country. They can place jobs all over the world. Right now, they're helping a company in Fort Pierce, Florida, finding a laborer, $20, $25 an hour, 40 to 60 hours a week, meaning overtime's available. GLO, glowresources.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Box combo for George. I see you, Luis. Food's on the way.
Please don't. Hey, you know you can use your hands, right?
Got those box combos for you. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
People think it's all about game day, but the real work happens in the off season, and we need a healthcare team
that works as hard as we do.
At FML Health, our lay of the lake, we take care of LSU football year-round.
We trust the lake.
Better coverage for less money. That's what Insurance Network of Louisiana does. Told you earlier this week, a listener named Thomas called Insurance Network of Louisiana, saved $731 on his auto insurance. Last week, two of them. One saved $2,900, had a high auto rate with State Farm, smashed it with Geico. Another one saved $1,476, with Progressive. They had Allstate switched. Top-rated carriers, better coverage for less money. Let Insurance Network of Louisiana shop for free so you can get better coverage for less money. Home, auto, flood, all that sort, all this umbrella, all of it, and business insurance as well. You're a business owner, you have insurance. When was the last time you shopped? Let Insurance Network of Louisiana shop for free to find you better coverage for less money. 293-0450, 293-0450.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Kat Terrell's going to be here in an hour. She was out at Saints OTAs. Our old buddy Ellen Moore. Met with reporters afterwards. So far in this offseason, Ellen was asked what he's learned. Ellen Moore was asked what he's learned about his team.
Competitive, connected. I think those are the two things we've just spent a lot of time on. And these guys have put a ton of work in. And to see the attendance we've had each and every day and the investment these guys have put into it has been awesome.
Cool. So there's a few notable things from today. Remember, early in OTAs, Alvin Kamara was not there. Then last week, he up and showed up. Told his mom, he woke up, told his mom, he's like, I'm going to go to my job today. She's like, your real job? Like, yeah. So he popped up at OTA. By the way, remember, this is not a criticism, okay? OTAs are voluntary. Players do not have to go. And Alvin in recent years has not gone to OTAs. He's chosen to train on his own. That's cool. So it was a story because last week he popped up at OTAs. This week, he's not been at OTAs. Play number 5, Kellen Moore was asked if he like point blank, do you expect Alvin Kamara to be part of the team this season?
Yeah, I think that's how you always prepare. He's on the roster, and we're excited about him and keep preparing the right way. And I'm excited to get him into the fold with Travis, and I think it'll be a great opportunity.
Okay. I'm not sure what you can say. I think he answered that about as well as you could have. But that still very much remains up in the air right now. Maybe these are better questions for Mickey Loomis than they are for Kellen Moore. But he was also asked, this is 17, where things stand with Cam Jordan.
Yeah, contract offer available, and Cam's kind of navigating this thing on a personal side, and I think the world of Cam, navigating it, and obviously here to help in any possible way, and so we know what he means to this organization, this city, and so if the opportunity presents itself and he feels comfortable and ready to go, then we'd be ready to rock and roll.
So again, Cam Jordan has a contract offer. Loomis and Kellen have both said it there. He's obviously not taking it, which means he wants a multi-year deal with guarantees, which it's pretty clear the Saints are not willing to offer him right now. I'm not sure I expect that to change. I also look and say, man, you look around and there just hasn't been another team in the NFL that has given Cam clearly what he wants. So it'll be one of the storylines we no doubt follow throughout the remainder of this offseason and toward the season. But I don't see the Saints budging off their number, man. It's just not something they do. A couple other things that were noteworthy. Remember, Oscar Delp had the hamstring injury last week, which limited him. He wasn't present at practice. Kellen was asked for an update.
Doing well. Just had a little hamstring thing pop up, the other day in practice, and he's been doing well, though.
Do you expect him back on the field today?
I think he'll do something today at some point, yeah.
Okay. I think, look, Ross Jackson's done a really good job over at LouisianaSports.net kind of detailing and documenting these OTAs. And I don't want to overreact to anything during OTAs, because if you think of OTAs as far as the offseason progression, OTAs are structured to do sort of on-field, football-adjacent things to start conditioning players for mini camp and then ultimately training camp when that hits in late July. So this is all part of just a slow and gradual ramp up toward the season. I don't think anything we see right now we should react to or overreact to as far as what we're seeing on the field. It's why the notable things are, okay, well, like Alvin Kamara showing up, or the fact that Chris Olave is out there, or Oscar Delp having an injury, or Cam not being present. Like, it's more who's there and what types of things are they doing that I think is maybe the most interesting thing to watch in this part of the year. You just don't overreact to what you see. So trying not to overreact in that. Mostly what you want to see is guys stay healthy here throughout OTAs and start to ramp up, especially with the new guys coming in, learning the system, and starting to get in better football shape and football conditioning, so that whenever they hit training camp that they're ready to roll. So Kat Terrell is going to be here in, let's see, about 45 minutes. She was there. What did she see? We'll get into all that with Kat Terrell coming up in just a little bit. It's after further review. Hey, we're brought to you by Supper Club, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. Hey, I always tell you that they at Supper Club, it's the best dining experience that you're going to have anywhere. The food is otherworldly. the thoughtfulness behind everything they do is so evident, why they want to create this great dining experience, right? It's an amazing meal, but it's experiential as well. Like they have the Diamond Martini. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but so there's literally a martini that they serve that will come with a diamond tennis bracelet. And when people don't order it often, but again, it's an experiential thing. But when people order it, it's like the whole restaurant stops. The lights go down. It is a whole event to present this to that person. And I was talking to Chef Layton today, where he and I were actually having lunch, and he said, so someone ordered it, and there was a woman that was in town, I believe for a graduation, and she called her husband and was like, hey, because they were coming back, in a few months or something. And she was like, I love this place. You have to see this place. It's incredible. So she's taking pictures and sending him, took a picture of the menu. He look at it, he sees the Diamond Martini on the menu. And so he calls the front desk and says, hey, my wife is there. The party name is this. And I want to buy, I'll give you my card. I want to buy this Diamond Martini for her. And so, because their anniversary was coming up. So he surprised her with it. Anyway, it's just to say, it's just another way that they will provide but even if you're not going to buy a Diamond Martini, it doesn't matter. It's just the experience of being at Supper Club, coupled with the best meal you'll ever have. That's why you go to Supper Club. So get your reservations at supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Here we go. We're going to knock out a break, come back. I'm looking forward to this. Mike Girolando is going to join us. You probably know the name. Look, he was a long-time basketball assistant. He was at UNO under Tim Floyd, was at LSU under John Brady in the early 2000s. Now he's the new athletic director at UNO, or what's now LSU New Orleans, as they're rebranding that entire university and system and athletic department. So excited to talk to Mike Girolando about that. We'll do it when we come back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. So go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. A couple things you can see at the website. Of course, you can get client testimonials and see past client results that they've had, like real people who have called Gordon, trusted his team of attorneys to help them through whatever injury situation they're dealing with. If it's car wreck or big truck wreck, or it's a workers' comp, slip and fall. Bottom line is, if you've been injured and it's not your fault, you are owed damages to allow you to get back to the normalcy of life before that accident. Gordon and his team of attorneys are all over the state of Louisiana, and they can help you. So don't go it alone. Trust Gordon McKernan and his team, no matter where you are in the state of Louisiana. You can start online at getgordon.com, 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 or call the 8s, 888-8888, 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know you deserve value when you purchase equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Tractor packages with a trailer also available. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, get your job done. Don't wait. This offer ends June 30th, 2026. Some restrictions apply. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
As a business owner, you're always focused on how you can improve the bottom line. Well, when was the last time you shopped your insurance coverage? Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. If you're a business owner, let my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
I'm Billy Schmidt, and I've been with First American Bank for 13 years.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Big changes are coming in the entire LSU system, including UNO transitioning to LSU New Orleans. And just a couple of weeks ago, they hired a new athletic director. It's a familiar name, especially to basketball fans in Louisiana. Mike Giorlando was an assistant at UNO under Tim Floyd and then at LSU under John Brady. Recently was the athletic director at Loyola in New Orleans, and now the new athletic director at UNO, to be LSU New Orleans. And Mike's good enough to join us now. Mike, we appreciate the time. How are you?
I'm doing great, Matt. Thank you so much for having me on. It's an honor.
It's our pleasure, and we appreciate you for taking the time. Okay, let's talk about why. Why'd you take this job?
Well, UNO is dear to my heart. Got my start here. Tim Floyd gave me an opportunity, and Joey Staving also gave me an opportunity that catapulted me to a 27-year coaching career. And just like everybody from New Orleans watching, reading the papers the last year or so, is sort of brokenhearted what's been happening. And this is an opportunity, I think, that if I can be a small piece to this solution, I'm grateful for the opportunity and just want to see our university get back, be relevant in the city again. And I really, truly believe athletics can be part of that solution to help get us relevant and be part of the answer for increasing enrollment. And that's what it's all about, recruiting the general student body.
Mike, what do you think is most needed?
Well, I guess every athletic director would tell you money.
Yeah.
And every coach, every president. It's, I think, a vision, a clear vision where everybody on campus is on the same page. And a lot of schools have issues with that. There's no secret, right? Academics and athletics sometimes clash. Sometimes the alumni aren't on board.
Sure.
Your foundation is critical, as you know all too well, the success of LSU, the TAF. So I think Jeanette Whelan, our interim chancellor to be July 1st, is leading that vision, pulling all the parties together and instead of being silos, just collaborate. And our goal, the athletic department, is to help our faculty to recruit students any way we can. That's our job. So I think that's what's needed, is just a cohesive vision, everybody involved trying to get the same goal, and that's increasing enrollment.
In Mike Giorlando is our guest, the UNO athletic director. By the way, do we say UNO or do we say LSU New Orleans now? Like when you're introduced, I know the backdrop was purple and gold and said LSU New Orleans. Like when do we start saying LSU New Orleans?
Well, you can say it now. Officially, we're still University of New Orleans, and I'm very proud to say that because I'm a UNO grad, got my master's education here. Like I said, I coached here for 5 years, but it's in 20 days. It's July 1st. It's going to be officially LSU New Orleans. So either one, I think, is appropriate today. So UNO, I have no problem saying I'm very proud to say that I'm the athletic director at University of New Orleans. So transitioning to LSU New Orleans. How about that?
Sure. Look, man, my dad's a UNO grad. My aunt was a UNO grad. So got a lot of ties to that university as well in our family. But what does being part of the LSU system mean for the university?
Well, it means the world. And that's why both names are together. We're not LSU NO. That's what I grew up in the 60s, early 70s. It was LSU NO, or you just said NO.
Right.
This is clearly two iconic brands. You know all well, everybody understands the LSU brand. It's international, not just national. And I say this a lot. There's a few cities you mentioned, Golden Gate Bridge, you know what you're talking about, San Francisco, Times Square, New York. You say the French Quarter, people know that's New Orleans. So we have two international brands. And so together, I think that can go a long way. So LSU is a very important part of this branding, but so is New Orleans. And I say this a lot to our alumni, our passionate fans, that we're not forgetting the past. Our history, we're building on it. And our student athletes are going to be reminded of the success of those student athletes that went before them when it was University of New Orleans. And we're just building on that era.
What was it like being there with Coach Floyd? Was it 30 years ago, 25 years
ago? Yeah, well, he gave me a shot. So actually, he offered me the position the summer of '90, and I didn't get the offer till middle of July, late July, because he was coming off the road, and I couldn't get my practice sold fast enough. Okay, and it was pretty interesting for my wife to understand what you're doing, but we're not giving this away. Okay, so I said I understand. Actually, it worked out well because that's when Coach Brady was on staff that one year before he went to Sanford. And I hung out every opportunity I could at practice and games. So when it came around the next summer, when Coach Brady left, he took the GA the spot I was supposed to have. He took him with him to Sanford. So that spot was open, and I was ready. And it worked out better financially, actually, selling my practice late in the year. So that was a good thing. But learning from Tim Floyd, it was the best thing that a non-basketball coach at that time could have asked for. You got to remember, I was a 32-year-old dentist, and I've been assisting high school basketball for the previous 2 years as JV coach on an official basis, and then helping Billy Fitzgerald for about 10 years. Everybody knows Billy Fitz from Newman. But Tim just had this work ethic that's why he was so successful at every college he went. And that's what I, learned most, that you got to have a plan, and he always had a plan. And being a little older, mature GA, he leaned on me a little more maybe than a normal 21-year-old or 22-year-old GA. So he gave me, some more responsibilities that maybe I wouldn't have gotten. But he just taught me how to handle players, how to correct players, how to mentor them, how to teach them, because he was real big into the next 40 years when they leave. What have we done to help these men? That was a big part of my education, working with him. But back then at UNO, things were a little rough too financially. So he always had a plan if he was told no. Just like Skip Bertman, he's not going to tell those guys no.
Sure,
they're going to find a way. So just learned how to handle your staff and handle players, because all I did was listen that year. Didn't ask a lot of questions.
Mike, what do you? Mike Gerlando is our guest. He's the AD at UNO, soon to be LSU New Orleans in 20 days, as we learned. What what do you think is possible, what is the ceiling for UNO's athletic department?
Well, my goal is to be relevant again in this city. And when that happens, that means we're winning. And that's our goal. We want to win championships. We want to get to the tournament. And anything can happen after that, right? You just never know. McNeese beat Clemson a couple years ago. So I'm confident that our leadership is going to work very hard again. I can't stress it enough, but it's about enrollment and providing the athletic department, just like the chemistry department, with the best resources to be not only competitive, but we want to be in that championship level. So my job is to enhance our current Privateer Athletic Foundation with our current boosters and donors, find those donors who may be on pause the last 4 or 5 years following the pandemic, find who those are and get them back in the fold, and excite new fans. That's my job, is to go and contact as many organizations, schools, playgrounds, just like we did back in the 90s and 2000s, grassroots recruiting. So I think that the sky is the limit. I really do.
We getting a new logo or just new color scheme?
We got the same logo. We got the fleur-de-lis with our privateer, which I think is pretty cool. It's going to be purple and gold instead of silver and blue. We're transitioning the arena, right? We're getting all that taken care of. It's going to be purple and gold. The court, is going to be a brand new goal. So, again, we're building on the legacy that those players before us did: Irvin Johnson, Melvin Simon, Torrey Walker, etc., Bo McCaleb, just to name a few. But it's going to be LSU New Orleans, and very, very proud that we're going to be in that situation.
Mike Orlando, UNO Athletic Director. Big hill to climb, man. We'll be looking forward to watching the progress as you all go.
Come see us.
I'd love to.
Games. We open up at LSU this year.
Let's go. So wait, that's confirmed?
It's confirmed.
What's
yeah.
the
Well, let me say tentatively. Okay, I don't want to get the cart in front of the horse.
No, Mike. Yeah, we confirmed it, Mike. It's all good.
Yeah,
What's the date? Do we know the date?
I don't know the date. I'll be honest. I really don't.
That's
know the
okay.
Date.
That's
I don't
fine.
have. But what I think is pretty cool. You're going to see two schools, LSU versus LSU, on the court.
It's and by then, so it'll be purple and gold. Purple. Yeah, it's gonna be like an inter squad.
It's going to be absolutely inter squad. It'll be historical. It'll be a historical situation.
Yeah.
Just grateful that we have this pre-existing relationship with the athletic department. I've worked with the Birds before when I was there with John. Obviously, know Will. I'm going to get to know the Deputy AD Troyer. I met him recently. So we're going to be leaning a lot for some guidance from Baton Rouge, and they've offered any help they can do for us. They're more than willing to oblige. So
awesome.
Very grateful for that. That was a plus.
Mike, we appreciate the time. Good luck. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Thanks, Matt.
It's our pleasure. Mike Orlando join us here on AFR. It's after further review. We'll wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Brought by the Watermark in the Renaissance, Watermark Downtown, Renaissance, Southtown, Watermark Baton Rouge, the premier hotel property in our city, right there on 3rd Street and Convention. Hey, look, I tell you all the time about the Gregory. If you're ever dining at the Gregory, remember, complimentary valet. Sometimes people say, Matt, I hear you talk about Watermark. I want to go down. The lobby bar sounds awesome. The Gregory sounds delicious. Sunday brunch, client lunch meeting, whatever. But I don't like to park downtown. There's nowhere to park. Easy. Just valet. It's complimentary at Watermark. Just pull right, like a VIP. Just pull right up to the door, valet your car, walk right into the lobby, and you'll see the Gregory right there. Gorgeous dining experience, big open air lobby restaurant. They even have their indoor charcoal grill, which is so awesome to see. Like those amazing aromas just waft through the lobby right there when you're dining at the Gregory. So check it out, downtown Baton Rouge, right there in the corner of 3rd and Convention. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
I'm Billy Schmidt, and I've been with First American Bank for 13 years. I have a passion of getting to know customers, getting to know their journeys, getting to know their stories, and being a small part of that, and just continuing that, and taking those relationships and expanding out into the community, just to make First American a household name. And people look at us and say, hey, what's special about you guys? You're part of a family.
At Parrish, we're built for tough players and tough roofs.
Coach is tough on us about preparation, and Parrish brings that same championship mindset.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
ParrishBuilt.com. At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. Eagle 98.1, the rock station. Home of the Woody Show in the morning. Scotty Mack with Rock at Work. Michelle Southern with Southern Rock. Home of LSU sports since 1998. And rock for Baton Rouge since 1985. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. To join our VIP fan club, text ROCK to 225-499-9898. Eagle 98.1, the rock station.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks,
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Wrapping up hour number 2. Always love telling you about Evermore, EVA-MOR. Get it at Rouse's. Get it great local retailers. Evermore.com. Natural artesian water. A healthier alternative straight from the source. It's Evermore, EVA-MOR. Evermore.com. To find the retailer nearest you, Evermore.com. Or, of course, you can order it online at Evermore.com. 20-ounce, 32-ounce, 64-ounce bottles. Make sure you support a great local company with national distribution and give you and your family a healthy alternative. Drink Evermore. EVA-MOR. Evermore.com. Wrapping up hour number 2, Muso. Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
Yesterday during Otter Locks, Jimmy warned against the Pirates bullpen after Skeens left. Our guy nailed that. Paul Skeens, 6 innings, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 punch-outs. Pirates lose 12-3. The bullpen gave up 10 runs in the final 3 innings, but an awesome outing for Skeens and yet another no decision. Grant Taylor picked up the win in relief for the Chicago White Sox. 2 innings of work, no earned runs allowed, didn't walk anybody, and punched out 1. He is now 2-0 on the year with a sub-2 ERA. Alex Bregman, he's been really disappointed with his latest production for the Cubbies. A little bit more happy after Tuesday. 2 for 3 for Breggs. Both of those singles drove in a run as well, and he came around to score. Jaden Hill for the Rockies on the other side. Really nice bounce-back performance after taking it on the chin. A shutout inning in relief with a punch out to close that game. Alex Lang picking up his 4th save of the year for the Kansas City Royals. Shutout inning of relief there in the 9th. Did punch out too. Really nice to see him have the bounce-back season that he's having. Angel Reese against her former team, the Chicago Sky, dropped 17-17 a night ago and also dished out 4 assists. Dominant stuff. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Of course, our Hump Day shows, as always, are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. You want to feel like your younger self, our friends at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can help. Lowest prices, never any contracts. If it's hormone replacement therapy, if it's peptide therapy, of course, they do ED treatments as well over at Goodwood, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Kat Terrell is going to be here in 20 minutes. Saints were on the practice field today for OTAs. Kat was there. She'll tell us what she saw and also what Kellen Moore had to say after practice. In hour number 1, we had Noah Fleshman with us here. He covers NC State for On 3. If you missed the story last evening, NC State is investigating Will Wade and his departure from Raleigh for LSU. I have a little bit of an idea of I think I have a really clear idea of what's happening here. We'll dive into what it may mean as we start hour number 3 next on AFR.
AFR.
Remember, if you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. I've said that every day here for years now, and I'm proud to say it, because First South Farm Credit for more than 100 years has helped Louisianians buy land. It's the one thing they do. They have more than 40 branches across 3 different states, and they can help you buy land anywhere in the lower 48. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com is the website. Just spell it out, FirstSouthFarmCredit.com, and get started. Remember, a land loan is different than, getting a loan to buy a home or a home equity line of credit or something like that. So you want to deal with people who this is what they do. Maybe you need land as an investment property. Maybe you need that 100 acres to build your family's dream home. Whatever it is, First South Farm Credit can help you navigate. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com.
Another roof gone too soon. Looks like neglect. There's no doubt about it. This is a case of poor installation. At Pelican Roofing, we don't guess. We investigate to find the real cause of your roof's problems. Call Pelican Roofing for your free roof investigation today. Case closed.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
When you can't rely on technology.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news. For the third time in 6 years, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have reset the quarterback market. Teams adding 2 years to his contract in a reworked deal. It is the first NFL contract valued at over $500 million. Knicks have a chance to put a stranglehold on the NBA Finals and move one victory away from their first championship since 1973 when they host the Spurs in Game 4 tonight. New York's up 2-1 in what's been a good competitive series, but one concern for the team is Karl Anthony Towns, 0 points in the fourth quarter in the first 3 games. ESPN NBA analyst Amon Shumpert.
I don't want to see him banging and going against his zone because you're playing into their hands. I want to see him playing space. I want him to see what they're doing so he knows to play that dunker, dunk in. He knows when he does get a post up, don't go to banging because the second side is waiting on you. Turn your back to the baseline, walk it back, take his hands off you, wait for the cleanse, now attack.
Game 4, 7:30 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern ABC. Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. on the 10-day injured list with a strained left hamstring.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Soup. And Mr. Toby Tomplin. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day. Yeah.
It's hump day.
Let's hump, everybody.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Kat Terrell in 15 minutes.
Hump day.
Saints at OTAs.
It's hump day.
She was there.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
She'll tell us what she saw.
Hump day.
LSU Baseball landed Bino Watters.
It's hump day.
#1 player in the portal.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Big ol' left-handed hitting outfielder.
Hump day.
Jay Johnson got him big.
It's hump day.
We reacted to that to open the show.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Catch that on demand if you missed it.
Hump day.
Noah Fleshman was here.
It's hump day.
He covers NC State.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
He tried to make sense of what NC State's doing now with Will Wade.
Hump day.
It's actually kind of sad.
It's hump day.
It's really sad.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Sad and pathetic.
Hump day.
Sad, pathetic, and stupid.
It's hump day.
Sad, pathetic, stupid, and a waste of time.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Sad, pathetic, stupid, waste of time, money, and other resources.
Hump day.
Yeah.
It's hump day.
Mike Girolando is here.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
That is going to be wild when LSU plays LSUNO.
Hump day.
No, LSU New Orleans. Got to get that right.
It's hump day.
To open the basketball season.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
They're basically going to be wearing the same uniform.
Hump day.
Huh.
It's hump day.
I was thinking about making an international player joke there.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Decided against it.
Hump day.
All right, let's get rolling here. We're glad you're hanging out here. It's 5 o'clock. Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks coming up in a bit. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Hopefully Mike Brown doesn't see a ghost during the game today.
They got an iconic player, you know.
Oh, no, there's Wemby. Y'all, De'Aaron Fox, run! What happened? I want somebody in the press corps in the post game to ask him what happened. Clip that, play it for him. Like, what happened to you there?
He was doing so well. Like, I mean,
side hurts.
like clear, articulate thought. Talking about Wemby, he's generational, and all of a sudden,
Oh, wow. How does NC State feel every time Will Wade shows up?
it's Boo Corrigan every time, man.
Oh, man. So, Tuesday night, the show ends. Drove over to Mockler. Went to go see my buddy Chris Davis and some of Mary Lewis, the great people over at Mockler. And pull up, and as I'm walking in, I grab my phone, and I see this NC State story that they've opened an investigation into whether LSU violated North Carolina state law by improperly inducing Will Wade to return to Baton Rouge. So WRAL News was the first to have it. And so they have email correspondence between the attorneys. NC State General Counsel Allison Newhart writing to LSU General Counsel Carlton Jones. And effectively, what they're saying is LSU was courting Will Wade before Will Wade made NC State brass aware that LSU was courting him. And we know what happened with the buyout, right? So it was going to be $5 million. It dropped to $3 million after April 1st. They settled on a $4 million buyout, so it's not just to wait 2 weeks and leave everything hanging there. So LSU paid NC State a $4 million buyout, or agreed to pay a $4 million buyout, and everybody went on their separate ways. Well, NC State is investigating the North Carolina's Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act, which allowed the aggrieved party to recover damages, including attorney's fees. Okay, so there's two things primarily that come to mind here. Number one is, how did WRAL get these court documents? Like, I'm going to go ahead and guess that whatever crack reporters over at WRAL are there are probably not just combing through court documents every single day looking for Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act violations. This is a pretty obscure thing. So WRAL News obtained the letters between the attorneys, which means somebody gave them these letters. There's really two ways that happens. Either someone gives you the letters anonymously, right? Like, hey, you may want to take a look at this. because they want the story out there, they want it leaked, or you FOIA them, which is the Freedom of Information Act, records request. So, and typically, you have to know something is percolating to submit a FOIA request. Either way, somebody at NC State made WRAL News aware that this was happening. So they either gave them the documents or said, hey, you should probably go look for these documents. So you ask yourself the question, why would NC State want that out there? Because they're trying to embarrass LSU and Will Wade. Period. Now, the reason they're filing this or conducting this investigation, which may lead to legal action, we'll see whatever happens, but they want damages. They're going to want more money from the buyout, maybe damages beyond that, see what they can recoup. But the reason this is out there right now is because they want it out there to be able to embarrass LSU and Will Wade, which is very small and petty. Every single coach that has ever left a school in any sport, and it happens everywhere, coaches have left LSU for other jobs. And LSU has hired coaches away for jobs. Just did to Lane Kiffin, just hired Will Wade. I mean, remember when Trent Johnson left LSU for TCU? We were devastated. All right, sorry, I couldn't do that with a straight face. But you never hear of stories like this. Man, it's part of the business. I mean, do I need to go look at a long roster of all the coaches that NC State has hired throughout the years? My guess is they probably hired sitting head coaches from other places somewhere along the way. Are we all naive enough to think that all of that was done above board according to the Unfair and Deceptive Trade Practices Act in the state of North Carolina? I mean, come on. We know how this works. You have back channel conversations. Your representatives talk to, your agent talks to people affiliated with the school, or you're talking to someone affiliated, maybe not directly with, a booster, someone who's trying to, start those conversations that are had. It's just the way that business is done. You don't have to like it, but it's the reality of it. So there's a real easy solution here. Like, LSU would have paid the full $5 million buyout either way. Like, I know that for a fact. They were not going to wait 2 weeks to get Will Wade out of NC State. They were not going to let this drag out. If NC State had just said, no, pay us the full $5 million, LSU would have paid the full $5 million, period. Like, I'm telling you, LSU was willing to pay the full $5 million buyout, if that's what it came to get Will Wade out and not have him wait 2 weeks for the buyout to drop. So you paid for, or you agreed to pay for, pay the extra $1 million, pay the attorney's fees, whatever, and let everybody go on living their life. If LSU offers to do that and NC State says no, then you know what this is rooted in. It's nothing but pettiness and hurt feelings from a school that was clearly blinded when everybody else in the world saw clearly what was happening, that Will Wade was leaving NC State for LSU. They just didn't want to believe that their coach would leave after a year. And so now they're lashing out and trying to get back however they can. And it's small and petty and stupid, whatever. So you have a coach. Everyone's moved on. Go on with your life and live your life and have your program and all. And if you need another $1 million, pay them the extra $1 million and have them shut up. And then go win, because that'll be the best payback ever. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills. Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. You know where to find them at ShawBillsTire.com. Remember, they will sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices, and they'll keep you coming back year after year because they treat you like family. So remember, if you need your oil change, Shaw Bills. Tires rotated, alignment, brake check engine light on, tires are shaking, whatever the case may be. You need new wiper blades, they can do all of it at Shaw Bills. And the great thing is they're going to get you in, get you out, treat you like family. It's part of the Shaw Bills customer bill of rights that they offer everyone who walks through the door. ShawBillsTire.com. Name brand tires at wholesale prices, and they keep you coming back because they treat you like family. It's Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, we keep you rolling. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We're rolling along here in the 5 o'clock hour. We will knock out a break. Kat Terrell will be here. Tell us, recap a little bit of Saints OTAs from earlier today. And, one of the things I love doing every year is that anonymous coaches piece from Athlon. Well, not only did Athlon give head coaches anonymity to talk about other teams in the conference head coaches, they've recently done that with assistant coaches as well to talk about their conference. So we'll get to that here in about 15 minutes as well. Stay here. It's AFR.
After further review.
Summer's here. We are all spending more time outdoors. If you're looking to get in that garden, make sure you stop by Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. And I always encourage you to bypass the big box stores. Look, I get it. Sometimes you think it's easier just to pull into the big orange or blue box store. Go support a great local business that's been in our community for 60 years. They've got amazing selection, knowledgeable local staff, these awesome horticulturists there at Clegg's. Just find someone in one of those blue Clegg shirts, ask them your question. They're going to be They'll be super, super helpful with whatever question you may have. What to plant, where to plant, how much care does it need? Do you need any type of supplies? They got you covered. And, of course, partner with True Value Hardware Store as well. So get on by today or any day and go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local, tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Box combo for George. I see you, Luis. Food's on the way.
Please don't. Hey, you know you can use your hands, right?
Got those box combos for you. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including...
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Yeah, I love his work ethic. Love what he's put into this entire offseason. I mean, he's here every day just training, doing everything he can. I think the cool thing is he's a really smart player. We've seen the explosiveness, but because of his smarts and his football IQ, I think he's, truly any down, every down, he can play a really valuable role in that situation where you're not rotating as much. And so, I'm excited. Obviously, running backs are a little bit of a challenge assessment right now just because the run game is fairly limited to walk through and, a couple team things here and there. So I'm excited for him, though, but he's done an awesome job.
Kellen Moore talking about Travis Etienne. Katherine Terrell out at Saints OTAs, listening to Kellen Moore, now joining us here. How are you?
I'm doing great, Matt. It's just at that point where it's getting really hot, but it's not unbearably hot yet.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited about August.
Have you figured out
August
how to say?
great.
Have you figured out how to say Etienne without any hesitation?
Yes, but I noticed Olave and an interview from 2 weeks ago said ETN.
Ooh.
So they're going to have to work on that with him.
Is that going to be a
I was
problem
like,
in the locker room?
He's a nice enough guy. I truly don't think he cares.
Well, then I'm calling him Etienne.
I think that's why this has gone on for so long, because he said in an interview, I've told you this, I think, he said in an interview at Clemson that it was actually Achan, and then everyone called him ETN for the next few years. And I think he was just like, it's fine.
Good.
So I think things just roll off his back.
Yeah, it's like Moscona, Mosconi. I'm like,
Terrell.
Yeah, yeah. You get it too, huh? But you only have 2 iterations, Terrell or Terrell. What do you?
That's true. I don't think there's been a third one.
Yeah, I got so many vowels. People mess up the vowels, and the spellings are insane too on my name. Like what the crazy thing is, Kat, is when I do an interview like on someone else's show, and they're like, "Great sports talker, love his show, listen all the time." Matt Moscona. I'm like, nope, you've never listened to my show ever. Like literally, that is not my name.
Or when someone asks you to come on your show, and then they ask you how to pronounce your name, and then 5 seconds later they mispronounce it. That always cracks me up. I'm like, well, at least y'all tried. Not you guys, but that does happen, and it makes me laugh.
Katherine Terrell is our guest here on on AFR. I jest, obviously. Okay, so you have any observations of watching HN so far?
I mean, not really specifically about him yet. I feel like, at least for me, the focus, obviously not practice, but the focus in general is so much on what's Kamara going to do and how is this going to work with Kamara. So it's hard for me to get a picture of how the running backs are going to look or how they're going to utilize them or how HN looks until we figure out if Kamara is on the team in 2026. And Kellen was asked a lot of questions about that today, and I bet he'll be asked a lot of questions about that next week until they figure this out. So it almost, to me, it feels like a holding pattern until this thing is settled. But I think regardless, he's running back 1 going into the season, Kamara or not.
You covered this team a long time. What do you think happens with Kamara? Or has your opinion changed at all?
No, I think so. I mean, you know this. When it comes to the NFL and the off season, I'm very much a numbers person in terms of looking at the numbers and kind of determining, for the most part, what they'll do with any given player, based on their salary and production. I mean, sometimes it's just all, kind of laid out there for you. And with Kamara, when you look at his salary, it didn't match his production last year and really not the year before, and his age. So, you're looking at that back in January, and I said he will probably be asked to take a pay cut or a potential candidate for release because he's making $12 million. And that didn't change when they signed HN, and that is another $12 million running back. You don't pay 2 running backs $12 million each unless they're just the greatest running backs in the NFL and you have this amazing duo. And so the only thing that has surprised me is that it is June and it's almost like it's still being tiptoed around this whole situation. It's almost like they're tiptoeing around it. Whereas, when you saw Cam Jordan take a pay cut and Tyrann Mathieu take a pay cut and players before them, that had occurred in, February or March. But the cap situation is better this year, so that kind of could possibly play into why they were able to wait until June or July or whenever this gets figured out.
Are you I know that they're limited in what they do on the field in OTAs, but has anyone or anything caught your eye?
Isaiah Stallbird had an interception today, so he was the guy that caught my eye. I didn't go to the first open practice because I was on vacation for a wedding in Rome. Hard life, you know.
Way better decision.
Yes, I was really missing OTAs when I was in Rome at my friend's wedding. But it was weird to come back and have not gone to that open practice because I never miss OTAs. So even in the one practice, it's jolting to come back and you're trying to play catch up. So to me, I think Thanker has been a guy I've been watching a lot. Just kind of his growth and what they do with him. Wide receivers kind of feels the same situation as running back in terms of I look at it, but there's a couple wide receivers, important ones, not practicing right now. So it just kind of feels like it's, filling time until maybe they get to minicamp and maybe they ramp Jordan Tyson up or Olave does more. So a lot of eyes for me are on defense right now and kind of how they're going to figure that out with some key guys gone.
What defensive position battles do you think we're looking at, or roster battles are we looking at when we get to camp?
I think the one that's going to be talked about most is the star position with Alontae Taylor gone and right now Jonas Thanker taking snaps there. And we'll kind of see what happens with him and also with Julian Blackman at safety. I think we're still kind of waiting on Cam Jordan in terms of what they're going to do with the defensive end rotation. I wonder if Jordan does sign and when that happens, if he, kind of slots back into where he was last year, or if he's more of a, guy who rotates in and doesn't start. I don't know. I think that one's interesting, but the guy I'm looking at as a player who could have a huge season, and this is a surprise, is Chase Young. Maybe it's because I was just talking to Brandon Staley today, and he was just talking about how, one, he feels like Chase Young is a potential, leader in this room, and two, he kind of said, we've talked to him about the expectations for this year, and naturally they rise after the end of last year. He still had 10 sacks, even though he missed 5 games at the beginning of the season. And so it does make you wonder, can Chase Young take last season and kind of run with it and become the new star of this defense?
Yeah, we were looking at it a day ago. It is astonishing. We've talked so much about Cam Jordan's 10.5 sacks. Forget in just 12 games, missing the first 5. Chase Young had a double-digit sack season. It's really exciting to think what he could be next year. You mentioned you talked to Staley. Did he say anything else of note?
Well, we talked to him a lot specifically about Thanker because people are so interested in that and, where he's grown and what they see out of him. And he said a lot of the reason they wanted to put him in the star position this year was because he has a specific type of speed that works for that position. He was saying, in that position, you can't have speed where you basically have to build it up. You have to have, I think he said, quick trigger speed. And he said Thanker really shows that. He also said if you look at the last part of the season, the last 6 games, he said that was Thanker's best part of the season, which kind of coincides with probably a lot of people's best part of the season after, the Saints built up a lot of momentum at the end of the season. I think the big thing for him is, does he take that big leap forward in the second year? Because he said, he started out, really having a lot of success, and then he had to fight through a lot of things like a lot of rookies do at the middle of the season. At the end of the season was where he really kind of started to evolve. And so, that's a guy I want to watch. And also I already mentioned Blackman, but I want to watch him too after all the hype last year at training camp, and then he only got to play in 1 game.
It's crazy. I had 2 more things. One, everyone's asking about Jordan Tyson, but any other rookies standing out or getting any attention for any particular reason?
There haven't been a lot of rookie standouts yet. Honestly, I think a lot of them are hurt right now, which every Saints fan wants to hear. I don't think that necessarily means cause for alarm or anything. I think this particular medical staff just really likes to take things slowly with some of these injuries. So Tyson has been limited. Delp has been dealing with something. Miller has a hamstring issue. Just running down this list. I do wonder if they do try to ramp any of these guys up for the 2 days of mandatory minicamp next week, just because they're going to go on a big break after that. But yeah, it's kind of been a little quiet on the rookie front so far.
What about last thing, specialist, place kicker, return specialist, anything like that? Anything notable?
Tyson although he really didn't do much today, he was working as a returner a little bit. At least he was back there. So it's kind of funny to say a guy who really is not practicing that much would be in a returner role, but I think it was just more of them trying to figure out who they want back there. I believe that Charlie Smith went 6 for 6 today with his kicks. With fans, I feel like kind of fell in love with him last year, and so it'll be kind of interesting to see what kind of summer he has, because he kind of struggled in camp last summer. So he's got to have a lot of consistency. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes as I'm talking to you, trying to see what stood out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one of those days where there wasn't a ton of standout things to talk about, which I think is probably good at this point. Better than talking about someone getting injured or anything like that.
No doubt. Mandatory minicamp next week. See how this offseason continues to progress. She is Kat Terrell, not to be confused with Kat Terrell. That's a different person altogether. At Kat_Terrell if you want to give her a follow, ESPN.com. Always appreciate it, Kat. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on, Matt. Talk to you soon. We'll
see you. It's After Further Review. Brought to you by Parish Restoration. Kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. ParishRestoration.com. 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 Fill out the form on the homepage. It'll get you that quote, that estimate, what it'll cost to dry fog your space. Home, office building, church, school, doctor's office. There's a lot of schools that keep Parish on a retainer, and they'll come like once or twice a year, and they'll come dry fog to sanitize the whole spot. Great opportunity to do that now while school's out. Kids aren't there. Fog the whole building before school starts in the fall. ParishRestoration.com. Call Jim Woodworth in the game. They get you taken care of over at Parish Restoration. Kill odor as well. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. All right, thanks to Kat Terrell. Mike Girlando, the LSU New Orleans athletic director, was here last hour. Noah Fleshman talking to NC State, that whole Will Wade situation, hour one. If you missed anything, AFR On Demand, presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time, golf.breck.org. You can get all that. Podcast, YouTube, just search After Further Review. Okay, quick break. We'll come back. And I do want to dive into the anonymous assistant coach piece from Athlon. We'll do that as we continue. Stay with us here. It's AFR.
After Further Review.
Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We talk about Goodwood every single Wednesday and quite honestly every single day. And gents, I want to remind you, this is about how you feel. It's not about how old you are. It's about how you feel. And sometimes you don't know how bad you feel until you feel good again. Take the initiative and get in touch with Goodwood. Schedule a consultation so they can go take your blood labs and present a plan for you of how they can get you feeling better. Maybe you go do your blood draw and you realize your testosterone level is super low and you can safely and affordably supplement to get to healthy levels again. Great waking energy, reduce brain fog, increase libido. Man, you could have more energy, more motivation to get in the gym. You can actually burn fat and build muscle. You can feel like you did when you were younger. YourGoodwood.com. Check them out online, YourGoodwood.com.
At Parish, we bring the same commitment to your home that champions bring to the game.
Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing.
Parish Construction and Roofing. ParishBuilt.com.
I've been in banking for over 35 years. I usually start about 7:30 in the morning, and I usually leave somewhere around 5, or if customers need me to meet them at their house or their business places, I don't mind going after hours. I have done churches, subdivisions, retail centers, hospitals, and nursing homes. And that's why we chose to live in this community, because of the values First American Bank has, that I can serve my community and my customers.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
People think it's all about game day, but the real work happens in the off season, and we need a healthcare team
that works as hard as we do.
At FML Health, our Lay of the Lake, we take care of LSU football year-round.
We trust the lake.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinela.com and tell them Matt sent you.
As a business owner, you're always focused on how you can improve the bottom line. Well, when was the last time you shopped your insurance coverage? Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. If you're a business owner, let my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana see if they can find you better coverage for less money. They always offer exceptional customer service and partner with only the best providers. So check them out online today at lainsurance.net.
Eagle 98.1, the rock station. Home.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There were 34 head coaching changes in FBS in the FBS this offseason. Of course, most notably among them is Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU because all of the circumstances that surrounded that departure. One of the things I like doing every offseason is the Athlon Anonymous Coaches piece. We talk about it here every year if you're familiar with the show, where Athlon gives coaches anonymity to speak about other coaches and teams in their conference. And so you get some really honest answers, which you don't get as a name, like who is saying those things, but you just have to trust that Athlon is actually speaking to people who they say they are, to these coaches, and it gives you some idea of what people and their peers think of these coaches. Well, they did the same thing here with assistant coaches. They gave assistant coaches the opportunity to speak under the condition of anonymity about new head coaches in the league, and in their league, I should say. So naturally, there was going to be a lot to say about Lane Kiffin, and it was controversial. There's the new proposed Lane Kiffin rule as part of the Protect College Sports Act and all that stuff. Well, the quote they quoted one assistant on LSU and hiring Lane Kiffin, and I'll read it to you. Any offense that Lane Kiffin has had, they've been unique. They've been multiple. They've been unconventional. Schematically, with Charlie Weiss Jr., I think they're going to make people play 11-on-11 football. I could see them easily getting back to doing what LSU does. It's going to be a 4-quarter game against those guys every time you play them with the tempo and the athletes they always have. So, interesting it skewed offense there, talking about Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss, and I really think that's the expectation for LSU. It was interesting hearing Lane Kiffin during spring say, and I understand that after the first scrimmage of spring when the offense was not very good, we had to watch it committed. They threw 5 interceptions and lost a fumble in their 10 possessions. There was 5 interceptions, lost a fumble, missed a field goal, And Lane said afterwards it was discouraging, and if they had to play now, they would be a defensive team. And I don't think that's altogether impossible to assume that LSU could be a defensive team if Blake Baker's unit really paces this team, and maybe they do lean more heavily on the defensive side of the ball, run the ball, go a little slower, try to shorten the game. That's not what Lane Kiffin wants to do and wants to be. And you have an assistant there saying, look, they've always been multiple and creative, and they make you play 11 on 11, and they're going to score. And by and large, I think they will. But I'm going to continue to go back to the fact that I think whatever LSU is offensively, it's got to be because Sam Leavitt gets them there. And it's a talking point that we'll reiterate a lot throughout this offseason. But I just saw enough in spring from the other two to think those guys have when I'm talking about Landon Clark and Husan Longstreet, that they have really intriguing skill sets. And I think in time have the potential to be very good major college football players. I just don't think that time is now. And I also don't think that's some wild and crazy idea. I mean, Landon Clark played a season at Elon, and Husan Longstreet took a red shirt at Southern Cal. So to think those guys would step right into the Southeastern Conference with such little experience in major college football, and with Landon Clark, no experience in major college football, and think they're just going to fly, I think that's just unrealistic. And the comp about Trinidad Chambliss, I know people always say that, but remember, man, Chambliss was a multi-year starter and won the Division II national championship. I mean, he counted for more than 50 touchdowns. He had played a ton. I get it at a different level, but he had played and achieved a ton. It's different when you're talking about these two guys who haven't played. So I'll continue to say it, man. Whatever they are, it's going to be because Leavitt is healthy and gets them to where they want to go. They also, an anonymous coach also talked about Pete Golding and said, in those 3 games that he coached last year, Pete Golding was Pete Golding. He was himself. He naturally transitioned into his role, was staying the same dude. That's going to be the challenge. Can he continue to rely on the things that have made him a big-time ball coach, or is he going to try to be the anti-Lane Kiffin? A lot of people in Oxford want him to be the anti-Lane, but he just needs to be Pete Golding. I think that remains to be seen because I don't think we know what Pete Golding is as a head coach. I mean, he had 3 games, and he had 3 games inheriting a team that was an 11-1 football team that someone else recruited and coached to that point. Now, credit Pete Golding. I don't think you get a lot of credit for beating Tulane, but credit Pete Golding for beating Georgia. And then they went toe-to-toe with Miami and darn near won that football game and would have played for a national championship. I don't think they would have beaten Indiana. I don't think anybody was going to beat Indiana this year. But we've given so many examples of this throughout the offseason, and there's tons of examples throughout history of programs where a coach inherits a really good situation, then has early success because of the stability built by the previous staff, and then it erodes. I mean, if you even just want to look at LSU, go look at Smoke Laval. Smoke Laval took over for Skip Bertman. They went to the Supers in 2002, back-to-back seasons at Omaha where they were 2 and done, and then it was just this erosion afterwards. They were missing the postseason by the end of his tenure. I mentioned Larry Coker. Inherited a great roster from Butch Davis at Miami, won the championship in 2001, played for a championship in 2002 when they lost to Ohio State in overtime, and then the erosion began the rest of Larry Coker's time there in Miami. He wasn't able to sustain what Butch Davis had built. So I think that's going to be the real question, the challenge for Pete Golding there at Ole Miss. And my point on it, man, like, I need the runts to be a runt. Like, every league has their really tough teams. They're always good, challenging stadiums to play in, and you got your bottom feeders. And you need bottom feeders because you need a schedule where, like, you're going to get a little bit of a breather when you play that game. Like, I don't need Vanderbilt being 10-2. I need Vanderbilt being Vanderbilt. I don't need Ole Miss winning 50 games over 5 seasons. I need Matt Luke Ole Miss. I need Ed Ogeron Ole Miss. That's what I need Ole Miss to be, not what Ole Miss became under Lane Kiffin. So my hope, sincerely, is that thing erodes under Pete Golding and just falls back to being what Ole Miss has been for 60 years. Just a little school from Mississippi that doesn't really win a lot. So that's my hope. Alex Golesh fails at Auburn. I hope John Summerall fails at Florida. I hope they all stink. I mean, I want to see LSU win championships. And so I want to see these coaches muck up these programs and stink. It's a hard enough row to hoe in the SEC. So get our answers soon enough. Interesting to get these perspectives, though, anonymously from some of these assistants on new coaches coming into the league. Hey, we're brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, Arco.com for Arco Power Systems, industrial generator power. That's what we talk about with Arco every single day. Y'all, storm season's here. Hurricane season started 10 days ago. June 1st is the start of hurricane season, and you know it's an inevitability. We never want a storm, but we know living here, it is an inevitability. Eventually, we are going to get a storm. And hopefully it's not a big, disruptive, damaging hurricane, but we're going to get high winds and heavy rains and sometimes things that knock out power. Well, what happens to your business when the power goes out? Arco Power Systems, that's where they come in. But you want to be proactive. So call Arco today or go to arco.com, ARCCO, arco.com. Any type of business, grocery stores, gas stations, banks, hospitals, schools, industrial facilities, you name it. If the power goes out, you need your business to stay online, you need Arco. They can sell, service, install, rent an industrial generator. So call for that quote and start that process today at arco.com, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. All right, y'all, one thing left to do. Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks. Find out what Jimmy's got. Of course, game 4 of the NBA Finals. Jimmy has not had a lot of success so far betting these NBA Finals. Part of me thinks maybe we should fade the Otter. If he zigs, we zag. But then again, this might be the one that he actually nails it, so maybe just stay the course. We'll see. So when I got our final break of the show, Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks to wrap it up when we come back next on a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
AFR.
I have told you for years my experience using Darren James. Listen to Jacques Juge, who recently sold his home with Darren James.
So I had my house up for sale by owner for about a month. I listed it with a realtor, going on roughly a year, and I decided to give Darren a call. He told me he would run analysis and give me some feedback by the end of the night, which was a Friday night. I just told him, no hurry, just wait till next week. Don't take time away from his family. But before the end of the night, I had a text message from Darren with a 15-minute video explaining everything that he's seen on my property and what way he could go about with selling the home. So I got rid of the realtor I had, got Darren, man, within a month we had an offer on the table, and we just closed last Thursday.
Don't waste time. You need to sell your home. You need results. You need Darren James. Agent225.com. Agent225.com.
Think real estate. Think Darren James.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Box combo for George. I see you, Luis. Food's on the way.
Please don't. Hey, you know you can use your hands, right?
Got those box combos for you. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
My name's Mike Krumholt, and I've been with First American Bank for 4 years. What makes First American Bank special is we're
brought to you by River Parish Contractors, where they are hiring. They need pipe tackers. They need welders big time. If you are looking for work, maybe even if you're not looking for work, but you're open to a better opportunity, you need to get in touch with Big Jake at River Parish Contractors. I'm going to give you Big Jake's cell phone number in just a second. But remember, no rainouts, as much overtime as you want to work, full benefits, 401k, insurance, paid time off, and you're a young welder. You can tack. You got the ability to practice welding on breaks. Very good place to sharpen your welding abilities. It's River Parish Contractors. If you're interested, you want to learn more, remember, you're home with your family for dinner every night. Call Big Jake at 318-547-1000. 318-547-1000. 318-547-1000. Call Big Jake today over at River Parish Contractors.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR. We always appreciate the great team over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. One thing left to do is find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter, what up?
Well, after the collar last night, going 0 for 4, we had to. What's the team we've ridden for the most? Since we love sweeps. They played in a matinee today. What's the team we bet the most in Major League Baseball?
Nationals.
The over, and that's 10-7 in the 8th. Ding, ding. And then the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I did give them up publicly. I'm trying to see the ball go through a hoop. Okay,
I hear you.
I'm trying to get in rhythm.
I hear you. Oh, we had a great night a couple nights ago. Last night was not good, but it's all good.
No, but we are bouncing back. Knicks have had more assists than their opponents in 12 of the 14 games in this 13-game winning streak, and the one Monday night where they lost. The other one was that game 1 when they were down 22 with 40 minutes into the game with 8 minutes to go against the Cleveland Cavaliers in game 1. They didn't move the ball around. They didn't move it. They got a little bit old school, with Brunson, a little bit too ball dominant. In this, listen, there was a lot of distractions going on. It was a circus. It was a coronation.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more of a business-like theme tonight for the Knicks. So we're going to take the Knicks minus the points. The Spurs had 10 more assists than them. Turnovers also. That's the first time in 14 games that the Knicks had more turnovers than their opponent. I'm looking to get them more focused tonight and take care of business. We'd like the Knicks to take a 3-1 lead.
Okay.
Minus the 2.5. Baseball. Right. Luzardo against Scherzer. By the way, 2 of the games we lost were in the 9th inning. We moved 9th inning leads. Scherzer's going to Hall of Fame. He's going to Cooperstown. Not for what he's doing in 2026. Okay, we're fading him. Philly a minus 130. Is it right now?
130. Oh, I just had it. Sorry. Yeah, it's minus. Philly is minus 136.
Okay, Minnesota and Detroit. Detroit is playing better ball as of late. Framber Valdez is a decent pitcher, but his numbers are no better than his opponent today. This line is way too high. We're going to take the Twins plus 45, 46.
It's up to $1.75 in game. Bottom first, no score.
Okay, do they have any runners on?
Nope.
Oh, bombs away. That's a moron. Let's go. More on it. And then the Dodgers, Ohtani, minus 1.5 runs on the road. How'd that Pirates bullpen? Can't say I didn't warn you. So anyway,
no doubt.
At the end of 6. Go to stretch time. It's 12-2. Anyway, Ohtani,
brutal.
Under 1 ERA. That's 11 starts now. I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous. We're going to take the Dodgers minus 1.5. I believe that has started already as well.
All right, so we got the Knicks on the hardwood, laying the 2.5. Then Phillies, Twins, and Dodgers. All right, Otto, where are you tomorrow?
We're at Dick's House of Sports in the Mall of Louisiana. We're celebrating all their gear for the World Cup that they have available. So it should be fun.
Go USA.
Go USA, baby. Let's go. They're healthy. They're healthy. We beat Trinidad and Tobago. We're on a roll, baby.
Let's go. All right, Otto. Thank you.
See ya.
Good luck. We'll see you. It's after further review. Hey, remember, we're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Before we get out of here, locations all across Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport. One of the great things about Lee Michaels is they're approachable. You get the Lee Michaels experience at affordable prices for everyone, no matter your budget. Listen, they love to focus on service. Don't be nervous. It's a personal experience. You want to come in and try on 1,000 different rings? Do it. They're never going to pressure you into buying anything. You want to learn about something, not feel pressured to buy today? Great, do it. They have more industry-educated associates throughout the state than any other jeweler. So, you want the best? You want Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, y'all, it is after further review. Wrapping up the show here. Game 3 of the NBA Finals is tonight. We'll see if Mike Brown gets scared by a ghost in the postgame tonight. You think he's just scared of Wemby? He's talking about Wemby. You grabbed the mic. I thought you were going to say, well, then don't grab the mic. I was waiting for you to talk. Okay, we'll just leave now. It's after further review. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. OLOLRMC.com/LSU. OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics, expanding health care across the FMOL health system all across Louisiana and Mississippi. And what I love about Our Lady of the Lake is you're talking about world-class care right here at home. Heart health, cancer, pediatrics, stroke, and everyday care with your primary care physician. I've told you before, my doctor is Dr. Curtis Chastain at the Our Lady of the Lake Men's Health Group. And I could not recommend him highly enough. But for whatever it is, we take Drew and he sees multiple specialists at the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. Our Lady of the Lake is here, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Learn more at OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
I've been in banking for over 35 years. I usually start about 7:30 in the morning and I usually leave somewhere around 5, or if customers need me to meet them at their house or their business places, I don't mind going after hours. I have done churches, subdivisions, retail centers, hospitals, and nursing homes. And that's why we chose to live in this community, because of the values First American Bank has, that I can serve my community and my customers.
People think it's all about game day, but the real work happens in the off season. And we need a healthcare team
that works as hard as we do.
At FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, we take care of LSU football year-round.
We trust the lake.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers.
I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana propane dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.